Hello there, and welcome to what's probably going to be the final stream for They Are Billions. We are nearing the end of a very long road, and I think we're up to the final mission. Well, final two missions. We have a horde to clear before we get to the Goddess of Destiny, which I'm assuming is the final one, but we shall see. Before then, we have a rather daunting infected top. We get Empire points for this, even though they're literally going to be useless after this point. We get Empire points to God's Destiny. We do. That doesn't make sense. Okay, maybe it's just to pad out the score at the end. There is a swarm of 61,872 infected in the middle of the road. Let's take them out. Let's see what kind of map we're dealing with. Okay, so there's a little bit. I'm not sure how much strategy is going to be involved in this, because it looks like we're just going to have to hunker down in the center. So they're probably not going to be coming from there, they'll probably come in from... They'll probably link up, come through here. But you can't see my mouse, can you? You cannot see my mouse, okay. Oh, now you can. Okay, so they're probably going to be coming through here, they're probably going to link up, come through there, there. We are not given much space to work with, are we? I mean, we normally just hunker in the centre anyway, but even by those standards, this is quite slim. I wonder how, like, quick they're going to be coming at us. Definitely awkward, we just don't have the space. I'm here, I'm queer, and I'm gonna be lurking. Hi Glenn! I thought you had classes today. Are they almost done? I don't think Thanatos is, although we've unlocked him. We did have enough points to get the mutants, but I don't know how useful they are, so we've just not bothered with them. So let's get the choke points filled with Lucifers, and then anything left over we'll put on Titans. Which is probably not the way we're meant to do it. Titans are probably meant to be like our first priority, but we shall see. Oh, that just made my game shut itself.
The mighty Titan is here. The mighty Titan is here.
Yeah, I'm worried that might not be enough. I've gone a bit too heavy on the soldiers, I feel.
The mighty Titan is here.
Let's get rid of a couple of these so we get at least one more Titan.
The mighty Titan is here.
A singular thought. Okay, soon the game starts, we'll move back in to hunker it down. Yeah, let's just see if this works, I guess. Actually, is there a way that we can do this so that we actually use up all the points?
Sniper is ready. Reporting for duty.
She needs the singular ranger needs to help rebuild the colony. Okay. Okay. Everyone fall back in. Oh my god! Why is the frame rate shitting itself today? Wait, are they only attacking from one area?
Hello. At your service. Gotcha.
Interesting.
Hello. Indeed. Good morning. evening, sir. Jolly good.
And maybe that's like the thing of this game is that, or of this map rather, is that you have to keep moving where your troops are as it progresses. Maybe there's actually going to be a little bit more of a dynamic attack. I mean, so far it's just a lot of zombies being streamed through one area. Let's see. Okay, so everyone, all of you and all of you, let's put you onto high priority. Okay, it looks like those Titans alone have got that covered. Let's put the Titans to high priority, and then it's just the Lucifers we'll put to kill whatever's closest, because we don't want them accidentally burning something like a harpy that jumps behind the lines. Those Lucifers should be able to hold that, definitely. Or at least that is the plan. See, this, if this is going to do what I think it's going to do, where like the streams slowly creep in like this is what really they should have been doing from the start. This is a good idea. It actually keeps you having to change the formation of your troops as it goes along. Are those? Oh, those are all executives. Interesting. Capture top moments. Oh, okay. The YouTubers changed it like it's a Twitch stream. Okay, but this is holding fun. We haven't had any of the special infected yet. I imagine they'll be coming in later. So maybe it's just a constant trickle of the weak from north and south. But this is interesting. This is very interesting. Let's move over to the side. So maybe maybe all of like the mutants and shit are gonna come right at the end to try and swamp us. This will be interesting. Oh, another fatty's coming from them. Okay. Do we need to move anyone around, or will the snipers still be able to move them? They're trickling in rather than coming in a swarm. I mean, most of those haven't really fired yet, so I'm hoping if we just maintain that formation, that should be okay. Because as they get closer to that centre, they're going to start getting hit by the soldiers and the snipers, and they all have high priority, so they're going to prioritise the chubbies over the normals. And we're starting to get more veterancy, so that's okay. probably best not to move them because now they're starting trickling from everywhere. Hopefully this formation can hold. We've cleared about 15,000 of them. We shouldn't have those two soldiers right in the centre. They're not going to be able to do anything. Oh, the harpies are coming out now. Well, they're trying to. Looks like they're completely just stuck in that chokehold there. Oh, and looks like another wave coming. Okay, harpies. They're not really coming in. Yeah, no, that should be fine. They're not really coming in sufficient enough numbers to even get near us. So that might pull the Lucifers back a little bit if they start taking damage.
Units under attack.
Yeah, no, he's healing before they get a second hit in.
Our soldiers are in trouble.
Say that. Okay, maybe a little bit of actual micro might come in handy. Try and increase that DPS output. If ever he gets down to half health, we'll pull him back a bit. At the moment he's regenerating pretty much everything that hits him.
Our soldiers are in trouble.
But this is definitely the better way to do it. A lot of the time the swarms were a case of whatever you got hit with at the start was what you got hit with for the whole swarm. It didn't ramp up in difficulty like it is here, which is absolutely how you should do these. So you actually, in fact, yeah, look at this, fucking spitters coming in now. So
Good morning, sir.
if you can move these two titans here, they should hopefully be able to take out the venoms. Keep calling them spitters. I know they're called venoms. How is spitters from? Is that from Left 4 Dead? I mean, they're kind of like, yeah, kind of like the spitters, just slightly less white trash.
Units under
Oh,
attack.
shit.
Good morning, sir.
Oh well, he doesn't take.
My machine
Lucifers do not take fucking any damage from that. Lucifers are good tanks.
Our soldiers are in trouble.
That's him again. Okay, we're getting about halfway through the swarm. All quiet on the western front thus far.
Our forces are in danger.
But there are going to be, is it 20 Behemoths, Quantum Titans, 20 Behemoths at some point. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. Oh shit. Okay, this is going to be interesting to try and deal with.
Oh dear.
Okay, no, that's held, that's held. Alright. This is good though, this is good. This is actually an interesting swarm mission. Pretty much the only one we've had all game. Oh, they're attacking from the same side?
At your service. What can I
Do we
for you,
try
sir?
and run and run circles, or do we just try and tank it? I don't know. Let's just try and tank it.
Units under attack.
If they attack from that side again, might be in a little bit of trouble. There's 20 of them, so that's half of them down. I wonder if we just sacrifice a
Our
soldier,
forces are in danger.
just so the Titans can heal up a bit. Oh no, they're attacking from the north side. Okay, that's actually good for us.
Units under attack.
Oh, whoops.
Our soldiers are in trouble.
Excuse me?
Our forces are in danger. Units under attack.
Commander?
Our soldiers are in trouble.
Right, was there 20 behemoths or 40? I can't remember. I'm hoping that was all of them. Unless there was giants. I don't think it said there were giants, was there? Okay. Now I think we've got over the difficulty spike. I think the behemoth's meant to be the difficulty spike. So now it's just a matter of surviving this. Okay, so now it's kind of like just a normal swarm mission, but definitely a lot better than all the ones we've had so far. It actually needed to change a little bit how you played rather than just going AFK. And there's if ever they decide to make a second campaign, I think there's a lot they can learn from this one to make it a little bit more interesting. Isn't that right, Cooper? Yes it is. Yes it is. I got a kitten in my lap. Are you spooked by the zombies? Yes you is. Now I do hope, because they got, there was quite a lot of negative, how do I word this? People loved this game, and then the campaign that received quite lukewarm reviews. I do hope, rather than just giving up, they if they do decide to make a second campaign, because I know there's probably going to be people doing it in the mod shop and whatnot, but I think there is a big reason why people were annoyed is that there was so much potential with it, and hopefully they can, you know, learn from this campaign and make, if they do decide to make a second one, make it better. Finally, hello Baka, how have you been? Hello. This is probably going to be the final stream of They Are Billions. I think we're on to the final mission. It's been a long and arduous journey. Isn't that right, Cubo? Yeah, you've only joined us recently. I really need to get a kitten cam. Definitely boost my viewers. Whenever someone's stressed, just seeing a kitten is serotonin machines. I think there's a puppy cam on YouTube, or puppy cam or a kitten cam. I think there might be both, where it's just like 24-hour streams. I'm not even sure it's on YouTube, it might just be on Google. So people get stressed out, you just see a bunch of puppies playing. I think a couple of universities do that as well. For students that are like really stressed about assignments, it's just a puppy room or a dog room you can just go and play with. But they wouldn't put you, would they? Because you just claw them to death, you evil little thing. I am covered in battle wounds from you. So you can be cute when you want to be. But most of the time, it's not a case of he protect but he also attack. You just fucking attack all the time, don't you? Now this was a good swarm. It would have been nice if they had kept ramping it up rather than just fade out like this, because the end bit's towards these swarm missions. I mean, look, there's 17,000 left. We've already cleared out 2 sides. For next game, I think Warhammer. I think Total War Warhammer 2. I'm thinking probably the Pirates for the Vortex campaign, because I don't want the next one to be as long as this, because it's been 14 parts. I wasn't expecting it to be this long. So I know Warhammer games usually are quite long, but the Pirate campaign is pretty short, so I reckon that can only be 2 or 3 streams, and then I'll figure out from there. I fancy playing some Pirates next. Showing how Legendary is done. I might actually do Shogun 2 afterwards. I know it's a little bit of an older one, but Shogun 2 is brutally hard. It's probably the hardest Total War game I'd say they've made. So, I don't know. I don't want to think too far ahead. I've just next one will probably be Warhammer, and then I'll decide after that what the one after is. And hopefully we won't have another one that's 14 parts long. It's taken 3 months to beat. Oh, you haven't? Do you not have the DLC for the Vampire Coast? They play kind of like dwarves, but instead of having really strong units, they just have summons to hold the lines, then just blast them with artillery. But they're fun. I like them. The campaign is quite easy for them, I'd say. It's just about like fighting pirates, getting the pieces of 8, and doing the final mission, which means it's possible to beat the whole game with only 1 territory and 1 army. So maybe I'll set that challenge, the one army challenge, to see if I can beat the campaign, because it's really doable. But we shall see. We shall see. Shan't we, Kubo? Oh my god, 13,000. Attack me with some giants or something, come on. I mean, I was tempted to play either Wulfric the Wanderer or... No, not Wulfric the Wanderer. Nakai the Wanderer or Wulfric... No, what's his name? The Empire dude, Wolfheart. The Archer dude. Either Nakai the Wanderer or Wolfheart, but I feel like pretty much everyone's doing that. And the Dreadsaurians, I was a little bit disappointed with. The War Wagons, I was more disappointed with. I mean, Shogun's a good one to play. Shogun is probably the best one they've done, I would say. Which is weird, when it first came out, I didn't like it that much, because it's set in Japan, pretty much all of the clans had, you know, roughly the same kind of armies, which I wasn't a big fan of. I liked having more diversity, but then as I played it more, I realised because the roster was limited, it was really well balanced. And then they've released, Shogun 2 basically has 3 games, doesn't it? It has Fall of the Samurai and Rise of the Samurai, which although they're classed as DLC, they're basically games in their own right. Although I haven't played, I played Fall of the Samurai a little bit, and I haven't played Rise of the Samurai at all. Just base Shogun 2 is my the one I know best. The one I failed on most. Jesus Christ, that game is hard. Especially if you play like the Tokugawa on Legendary. You're so crippled with what you can do. And then, yeah, after the Pirates, I probably just, I don't know, I might just put it up to a vote on Discord. like put 3 or 4 options and see what people want to see more.
Hello. Good morning, sir. Let's go. My machine is ready. Jolly good.
Our
Let's
forces are
go.
in danger.
Yeah, I felt that difficulty. It'll be a case of you barely have enough gold to field even one army, and then one of your small areas is being besieged by like 3-4 armies. It's like, what the fuck can I do? And your castles can't even, you know, stall. They can just assault the castle straight away. So you can't even use the castles to try and hold them for a little bit. You just get swarmed. It's fun. Fun times. I have to admit, I'm not very good with the naval battles in it. I'm still very hit and miss with that. Or maybe, a better way of putting it, the naval battles you can still cheese the AI a little bit. Like in the battle AI for Shogun 2 on the land maps is actually pretty decent, but when it comes to naval battles, if you're attacking them, they usually just stand still, so you can move to the side and then just attack them from the left and just slowly, you know, make it so that your 6 ships are attacking one of their ships at a time, which is a bit disappointing. Or until you get the cannon ships and they just destroy everything. But I have to, I don't know if it's a good idea. I just usually don't bother with naval ships and just trade via land, because if you have a navy, then that's money you can't be spending on ground forces. And on legendary difficulty, you barely have enough money for ground forces, much less naval forces. So I try to minimize it as much as possible. You know, it's very, very difficult. Because if you try to make your defenses better, then you start using up food and everyone starts starving. Play voucher sword, is that a mistake? I don't know. I think it depends on what faction you're playing as. If I'm playing one where there's the trade nodes nearby, then I do try to get the trade nodes. You get a lot of money from them, but it's also a case of not spending. You don't want ships unless you're making more money from them than you're spending, I feel. So I usually like to just have like some bow cabayas, because the medium and heavy brunes, they cost a lot more and they are so easy to set fire to. So you get the research for fire ships, and then I just use bow cabayas for most of it until I manage to get a few cannon ships. Especially if you can get the trade ones. I think they're called the Portuguese trade ships. And so you have a stack of, because they can trade, you have a stack of like 8 trade ships and then 2 of the cannon ships, and then they can just defend themselves. And that way you make more money from the ships than you spend. When it comes to attacking, I mostly just use the bow cabayas because they are cheap, and because they have the fire ships and they're fast, you can just hit and run and slowly whittle a force down without them costing too much. I find when you're playing legendary, when you if ever I capture like a medium or heavy brunette, I usually just scupper it because it's too expensive to make use of, really. I don't know, I haven't played in a little while, so I would have to play it by ear as I go along, but I remember that being the case. The heavier ships just aren't worth it. Okay, right. Just bear me one moment, I'm going to get a quick drink before we begin the final mission, and we're gonna be done. I'll leave you to the title killing in the meantime. Christians. Yeah, the matchlock troops you get are so powerful, but you have to kind of factor in the whole Christian thing. I find it's if you can get one Namban trade port, and then on that particular region you do everything, like don't convert to Christianity. I don't think you should ever convert to Christianity on Shogun 2, it'll fuck up your whole economy. But just the matchlock Ashigarus are really powerful. I don't really feel like you need to go much stronger than them. So you get one region with a Namban trade port, so you can start getting matchlock Ashigarus through. And then put everything else in that region to try and keep the Buddhism there. So put the Buddhist temple, put a normal Buddhist there, do everything you can to offset it. Because the matchlocks, they can be a little bit tricky to use on the battlefield, but if you're in a defensive position, if you're defending like one of your castles and you got them, they fucking demolish. They rack up so many kills, and because they're causing so much noise, they tend to scare the enemy units as well. So they start breaking before they've even got up. Like, they're tricky to use on the battlefield, but if you're defending a castle, they are so monstrously powerful that I think it's worth having to deal with a little bit of religious unrest in one region to get them. No, honestly, I think the biggest difficulty with Shogun 2, especially when you play Legendary and don't have the money, is knowing that over 50% of your army is pretty much always going to be Ashigaru, and then you just use the samurai for very small elite stacks. I think the last time I did it, literally the only time I wasn't using Ashigaru was for the cavalry, because the cavalry is so bloody useful. And even then, the cavalry, because the cavalry in say like Medieval 2 is just OP as fuck, but because in Shogun 2 the weakest unit carries spears and most armies are made up of tons of spears, cavalry are a lot harder to use, which is what I meant by like the balancing side of things. So if ever you struggle, just play Oda and just have nothing but Ashigaru and still win. You never recruit samurai with Oda and you still win. I love the Oda. They're probably the easiest faction, I'd say. Despite the fact that they start in such a horrible location, because their basic units are cheaper and stronger, you actually have the economy to kind of deal with it. Whereas every other faction, you're struggling and constantly having to like fight 2-to-1 odds. Which in a way kind of makes sense, although Nobunaga Oda wasn't the guy who ended up becoming shogun. That was Tokugawa. He did take over Kyoto and he did become shogun very briefly, I think, if my history is correct. Or was... I'm trying to remember now. I'm pretty sure Nobunaga was kind of like in charge for a little bit, then he got betrayed. And then Hideyoshi Toyotomi ended up becoming shogun, and then when he passed, that's what caused all of the war between Mitsunari Yoshida and Tokugawa.
Yes, give me something to shoot.
Okay, I was praising this final mission, but this is just taking the piss now. Remember him being shogun and then he was betrayed. Yeah, I think that's the case. By, my Japanese history's failing me. It was one of his retainers. I can't remember. I cannot remember the guy's name. But then Hideyoshi Toyotomi took over, because I remember he was just a peasant originally. Then he took over, and I'm pretty sure he went and had some campaigns in China or Korea. Fuck, what's the difference? He had some campaigns in China, I want to say, and it went a bit Pete Tong, and I think he died. And then there was a bit of a rift because Tokugawa wanted to take over, but then they thought the descendants of Ishida were the rightful heirs, and then there was the whole civil war thing, wasn't there? I've played Shogun and Kessen and Samurai Warriors. I should know this better.
Is it tea time already? Excuse me?
That's why I was always so good at history back at school. I'd always get top marks. It's because I played so many Total War games. Remember, I think I was in year 6, we were about 11 years old, and I wrote a 20-page assignment on the Romans because I played so much Rome Total War. I got like the highest mark in the class from playing video games. I remember in chemistry I was good because we were talking about like how you make steel from iron and the iron content. I was like, I played RuneScape and you use coal to make steel, so I understand this concept. Speaking of RuneScape, that's actually quite a decent game if you need to do other stuff, like if you've got work and stuff to do. Because I find I get quite idle if I'm watching a movie or doing something, I need to be doing something with my hands. So that's really good. You have like an assignment on one thing and you just woodcutting on the other. You just check it every minute or so. Yeah, I mean this one, it did start off good because it was actually increasing the difficulty as it went along and you'd get hit by like behemoths in different waves and it looked like it was doing well, and then this final bit is just twiddling my thumbs. But almost done now. And we're on to the final mission. Okay, we have 360 points to spend, which means we're not going to be able to unlock everything. In fact, it's quite a lot we can't unlock. But I'm thinking military mastery. So this one, when we build it, all of your normal troops become veterans. And if we have to have a defensive line towards the end of the game, we're usually just pumping up loads of soldiers towards the end. So this means we can just have veterans for the end, which is going to make it a lot stronger. I don't really think there's anything else we need that much. I mean, maybe tungsten tools to increase mining, but I think that would be the best one for us. Because of games. I know, people say that games cause mass shootings. Nah, it got me good grades. The Goddess of Destiny. With this last colony, the Empire will fulfill its objective of reconquering the Great Western Crater, where Empire City rises to the foothills of the Great East Sea. This site also has great value for the Empire, as here lay the remains of a large statue that the ancient humans built before the great pandemic devastated the world. Little do we know what it represents, but us, the survivors of the New World, consider it our Goddess of Destiny, the symbol of how humans reconquered the world and became the masters of our own destiny once again. Build a great colony for the glory of the Empire and resist the attack from those powerful swarms of the known world. We have 104 days! Holy shit. What's gonna be the gimmick here? Because this is gonna have to be insanely difficult, right? They're not just gonna let you coast towards the end. What's the gimmick? What is the gimmick? There's gonna be like a shit ton of behemoths or something, isn't there? I thought it was going to be a cutscene for a second then, the way that's in. Is that the Statue of Liberty? Okay, okay, Village of Doom. Village of Doom. What the hell was this? Mutants. Okay, mutants towards the edge, and there's giants right on the edge as well. It's so similar to Warhammer 40,000. Wait, what? This game? Oh my god. Is that the Star Spangled Banner that they're playing? Interesting. Doesn't look like there's much room to actually expand and grow though. That's gonna be... I'm guessing why we have so much days, because there is nowhere to build.
Whatever you say, as long as you pay me, it's better be good. Straight to the heart. Gotcha. You again. What? It's better be good.
First wave on day 12. Okay, that's going to be a bit tricky. We want to try and get... We want to try and get Shocking Towers before then. Where's God? Why would someone... How did someone... Okay. Storytelling. Ah, I get ya.
What? Whatever you say, as long as you pay me. You are gonna pay me for this, right?
Yeah, the humanity falling and us coming to reclaim it all. The fall of Horus.
What do you want now?
Sanguinius is the good boy. He's a good boy. I don't know if you've ever watched If the Emperor Had a Text-to-Speech device, but that shit's hilarious. What about the space wolves? Fucking furries!
Yes, tell me. But be quick.
Attention. Building completed.
A new task. What? Oh, here we go again. What's up? Any infected around?
Train has arrived at the station.
So tired. Last night was my Are you sure?
Attention.
What do you want?
Building completed.
wasting my time. So tired. Last night was amazing.
Okay, the
Units under attack.
infected village is not very far away.
Attention. Building completed.
Gotcha.
Okay, I can definitely see why this won't be difficult. There just isn't much room to grow. They unfortunately built those tents so soon.
You are gonna pay me for this, right?
Okie dokie, Glenn.
Yes.
Our soldiers
You
are in
forged half of his stuff already.
You call that a plan?
You know, Yahtzee really good.
Is that all?
I do find his stuff on game design that he's doing at the moment really interesting. Like I don't really have much interest in making games myself. My creative endeavours
Our
is
forces are in danger.
writing more than anything. I've always wanted to be a writer. But he's a writer as well. I think he's published 5, his nickname. His full name is Benjamin Croshaw. Yahtzee's his nickname. He's pretty much the only reason the Escaping magazine is any good, to be honest. Like for the longest time, I thought the Escapist was his company, and then I realised no, he just seems to be the only person that works for them. And now that it's actually on its feet again, everyone else is just kind of mooching off his success.
Attention. Building completed.
Okay. There's not really anything else I can build along there anyway, is there? So, I mean, I could just put a bunch of gates along here. If I have more wood just to cut that area off. Can't see other people's messages. Really? I don't know why that is. Are you on your phone or something?
You again. Are you sure? What? Yes. You are gonna pay me for this, right? You again. This better be good.
Yeah, I think we'll just try and... Hopefully, we won't fail this mission. And this whole stream can pretty much just be dedicated to this one mission. Because it's going to be a long one. But it does actually seem like it's quite interesting. There's a lot more elements on play than there usually is. Though it's kind of strange, we've reached the end of the campaign and there's still a lot of technology we haven't uncovered.
Attention. Building completed.
This from phone. Okay, are you working today then?
You again.
I hope work's treating you well as work can be treating someone. Which is usually like a second-class citizen. It's definitely got a cool aesthetic, this mission.
The train has arrived at the station.
Very cool.
This better be good. You again. Gotcha.
Ah, student!
Building completed.
Yes, tell me.
Learning programming. Oh,
Whatever
very
you
nice.
say. As long as
Do you have a... Do you do any work part-time or are you fully committed to the learning?
Attention. Building completed.
A programmer, a computer scientist. Oh,
What? Roger that.
I need to learn more programming.
Attention. Building
Because I'm walking
completed.
with my gremlin. Yeah, don't call your dog a gremlin. That's just mean. What? No, it's a different person. Yeah, that is quite haunting. That the Star Spangled Banner keep playing. Oh crap! Can we move that up?
What? You again? Okay. What?
Okay, so we need pretty much. I mean, at least the east and the west we can seal up quite easily. So we just put all of our troops focused on along here.
Our defenses are being attacked. Attention. Building completed.
Free time is cool. It's certainly a more rare commodity as we grow into adulthood. And to be honest, me streaming is my free time. I wouldn't play games otherwise. I don't have time anymore.
Attention. Building completed.
So we need more.
You are gonna
They
pay
are
for this,
attacking
right?
colony defenses.
My bow and arrows are
Building
ready. So
completed.
Okay,
tired.
so we just keep one over there. I'm a little bit scared of that mutant on the right hand side. I wonder how many rangers you'd need to kill a mutant.
My bow and arrows are ready. What? You are gonna pay me for this, right?
You brought this cursor upon yourself.
Right at the station.
What?
Yeah, I like to keep busy, to be fair.
Bow and arrows are ready. You are gonna pay me for this, right?
I get very restless if I'm not progressing towards a goal, so I always take on way more than I should be doing. Workaholics, Anonymous or something.
What? A new task? What do you want now? Yes. This better be good. My bow and arrows are ready. What's up?
Okay,
Any
so
infected
we're trying to
around?
push out. We need to get that shocking tower up soon though, so we really need to be
So tired.
proactively aggressive with expanding this. We're going to need a little bit more room.
A new task? What? Gotcha.
Still annoyed that we couldn't have done a no death complete campaign playthrough, but
What?
you know, I think we've had 4 or 5, which isn't too bad considering the
What do you want
difficulty.
now? Gotcha. You again. You are gonna pay me for this, right?
Considering how long it is and how easy it is to make little mistakes. I'll take it. I'll take it. Can't win them
My
all.
bow and arrows are
I'm not
ready.
Asian enough.
Whatever you say, as long as you pay me.
Train is right at the station. Our defenses are being attacked.
Oh blimey, that's a lot of
So
them.
tired. Last night was amazing. My bow and arrows are ready. It's better be
They
good.
are attacking the colony
Okay,
defenses.
let's do this. A new task. You again. Roger that.
The walls are under attack.
Yes, tell me. But be quick. Yeah. What's up?
The music is very cool though. It is nice to have a bit of a change.
They are trying to break through.
Yes,
But yeah, I'm
tell me.
already drawing a lot of attention to that side. What is going
You
on?
again. Gotcha.
Our defenses are being attacked.
What? You again. Are you sure?
Let's try and spread them out a little bit.
What? Yes, tell me. But be quick. This better be good. A new task.
They are attacking the
My bow and
colony
arrows better be
defenses.
good. What? Are you sure?
Oh my god, come on. Let's not be failing. Let's not be failing.
The walls are under attack.
Mother of God.
You are gonna pay me for this, right?
They are trying to break
What do you
through.
want now? Yeah, this better be good.
Our
My
defenses
bow
are
and
being
arrows
attacked.
are ready. What?
Train has arrived at the station.
Okay, let's delete everything and fall back. They probably made too much noise hitting on that wood.
As long as you pay me.
And oh, that's a lot of kills. Thank you, train. Your service is appreciated.
Units under attack.
What?
We don't have any food now, so let's delete that. Okay. So
They are trying to break through.
one of these next.
My bow and arrows are ready. Yes, tell me. But be
Our
quick.
soldiers are in trouble.
What? Okay. You are gonna pay me for this, right? What do you want now? What? You are gonna pay me for this, right?
I fear we're running a bit behind on getting our stone workshop up. We've got about, let's say, 6 days, so we need to increase our food and get 9 more workers. Actually, I suppose we could always just turn that off. So which means we now only need 5 more workers. He just wants to make sure that they're okay. They're not going to try and murder Defy.
What?
He's just looking out for you,
are gonna
really.
pay me for this, right?
There's nothing worse than being murder killed.
What? Yes. You are gonna pay me for this, right? Oh, here we go again. What do you want now? You again. What? You are gonna pay me for this, right?
Attention. Building completed. Technology research finished.
You again. What? Gotcha. Aren't there other units to bother? This better be good.
Building
Bow and arrows
completed.
are red. What? Yeah.
We've always got tons of money, but we don't have the ability to spend it. Okay, that should give us the workers we need for the stone workshop.
You are gonna pay me for this, right?
Building completed.
Great. You are gonna pay me for this, right? Okay. What? Yes. You are gonna pay me for this, right? Are you sure?
Attention.
Yes.
Building completed.
My bow and arrows are ready. Gotcha. You again.
Attention.
This better be
Building
good.
completed.
Yes, tell me. But be quick. What do you want, Meadow? Yes, tell me. But be quick.
Okay, so there's a lot of natural choke points at least, so that's okay.
My bow and arrows
Whatever
are
you say.
ready. As long as you pay me. You again. What? You are gonna pay me for this, right?
The train has arrived at the station.
Where are you? Oh, it hasn't been researched yet, that's why I can't see it.
My
Oops.
bow and arrows are ready. What? Yes. Aren't there other units to bother? Are you sure? My bow and arrows are ready.
Attention. Technology research finished.
Okay, let's turn that off so we can actually expand it a little bit more.
Units under attack.
This better be good. What? Great.
However, I forgot they like come for that bit.
Our defenses are being attacked. Our soldiers are in trouble.
This better be good. Okay.
It's not even a village of. Well, actually, it's the. It's probably village of Doom up
Attention.
north. That's pulling them
Building
all in.
completed.
Oh, more orders.
Our forces are in danger.
This better be good. What's up? Any infected around?
See, normally I just
Yeah.
took Shocking Tower straight up. I'm a little bit scared because of these
Under attack.
behemoths. They're gonna start just fucking. Oh shit.
What? Yes, tell me. But be quick. You again.
They are trying to break into
Here
the
we go
building.
again.
Sugar.
What do you want?
Our soldiers are in
Great.
trouble.
What's up? Any infected around? Oh, here we go again.
Our colony is
Okay.
succumbing to the
That
infection.
section is
forces are in danger.
Definitely getting a lot of attention. Hot damn. Let's see if we can maneuver them so that the train takes most of them out. Shit, 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 shit.
Units under attack.
What? You are gonna pay me for this, right? Are there other
They
units
are
to bother?
infecting our buildings. The colony is under attack.
Right, I think that's going to be priority for a shocking tower. Fucking hell. They are very interested in that bit.
You again. Roger that.
How many ranges did I lose there?
Building completed.
What? Yeah.
But there's also a behemoth not very far. Oh my god, it's a fucking chopper. Are you serious? Makes life difficult, doesn't it? Okay. So this is definitely the biggest problem right now.
What's up? Any infected around? Are you sure? I hope you're not wasting my time. Are you
Just
sure?
can't believe how much attention this bit's getting. Is there no way to try and pull them away?
You order, you pay. What? You are gonna pay me for this, right?
Our forces are in danger.
So excited.
Doggo!
Sounds interesting. It could be worse.
Doggo time is always good time.
You call that a plan?
Units under
Yes.
attack.
My bow is ready. Yeah. Roger that. Faster than my bow. Yeah.
Okay, so food is low. Work is 7. Okay, so we can get... Okay, work is free now.
Our soldiers are in trouble.
Great idea.
Ah, sugar. I don't know why there is just so many coming from this bit.
Oh, here we go again. What's up? Any infected around?
Our forces are in danger.
Okay.
Oh, hopefully that train though. Oh, come on, come on. Come on, do me proud, do me proud. Yes!
And the task. What? Is that all? So boring. You are gonna pay the price, right? Gotcha. What? Great.
So I would normally just stick a shocking tower just down here and then that should cut it out, but that behemoth is not very far away. And I'm really scared it's going to pull him in. And I don't think I have the means of dealing with him until I have at least like 20 soldiers.
You again.
But I mean, if the first wave comes from that area, then I ain't got a choice really.
Gotcha. A new task. Great.
Attention.
Okay, hopefully that'll be enough to hold it.
Finished.
stop letting this money go up like this as well. It's not ideal. What would be a priority? One of those could help. And, well, always need stone.
My bow and arrows are ready. What? You are gonna
Okay,
pay me for
spread them
this,
out
right?
just a little bit. Can't believe how much attention this is getting.
Our soldiers are in trouble.
Aren't there other units to bother? What? Yeah. Oh, more ore. My bow and arrows are ready. Are you sure?
Attention.
Yeah.
Building completed.
Yes, tell me.
Our forces are in danger.
Yes. What? Okay. You are gonna pay me for this, right?
The train has arrived.
Only the manliest lumberjacks allowed near there.
Oh, more orders. Yeah.
I must be getting pulled from there. I don't know how rangers are causing that much noise, but that's the only thing I can think of as to why.
You are gonna pay me for this, right?
Shit. So many are coming. Okay, well, we'll find out where the first wave is coming soon. We've got a shocking tower, so we may need to get rid of. We may need to sacrifice a ranger anyway to build it. So we need an extra worker. Let's just make sure we're researching all we can, so we don't waste this money.
Attention. Technology research finished.
Yo, Glenn, how's it going?
You again.
How is all your physics coming along?
What? You are gonna pay me for this, right? What? This better be good. What? Gotcha. You again. Whatever you say.
Oh god, I was watching
Building complete.
Mauler doing an EFAP recently about Batwoman, and there's a scene in it where there'll be like it's like checking the gauge of her suit to you know, and to see, you know, her respiration and stuff, and it's saying oxygen 100%, and I'm just like, you don't breathe 100% oxygen.
Colony defenses.
What? Roar
If you breathed in 100% pure oxygen, you would either be high as fuck or dead. Or you probably would have exploded because of how flammable it is.
Our horde of infected are on their way.
Come from the
They are
west,
approaching
okay.
From the west.
Okay, so we are going to have to retire one of our
Oh,
rangers.
Here we go again. Yes.
I hope when it says west, it means like from where the train is, rather than like west but ends up coming through here. I don't really have eyes on to have a bit of a look. I don't know the map well enough either. And by not well enough, I mean I don't know the map at all. Okay. I don't know how if that's going to like break the line of sight for it. Oh, should I wait? Should I wait? See where they're going. Because coming from the west, never eat shredded wheat, means we're coming anywhere from top to bottom. So there is a chance they'll be coming through that way. Made my audio better. I haven't done shit to my audio. What was wrong with it before? I need to do more test streams before I start something, I think. Alright, let's just hope that's where it should be. I think, yeah. Let's start working on soldiers now. Actually, I'm not too certain about that. That's going to cause a lot of noise. But, okay, I want at least a backup of soldiers. And then I can hear you now, love. You can hear me before? I'm sure it will solve itself. That's what we need, positive thinking. Yeah, okay, so that should be hitting around this area. If they like decide to just fucking loop right around and attack somewhere, I'm gonna be pissed. They have done that before.
Oh, here we go again. You are gonna pay me for this, right?
It's always the first wave that's the most difficult. Once that's over, we're in a bit of a better position.
Great.
Actually, no, we still want to keep her there to keep the noise down.
Sounds interesting. It could be worse. You again.
And the second wave, we have like, what, 10 days. We've already established ourselves. The second wave is always the first wave or the final wave. Those are the two that kill you.
Our forces are in danger.
Yeah.
Should I believe? Nah, I think we're good. I think we're good. Yeah, no, that will sap it. So we'll probably lose like the first two towers. The bigger problem actually is what noise that's going to generate to pull them in from other areas. So it's not this wave that's potentially going to fuck me over. It's that shocking tower causing noise to pull them in from other bits that's going to fuck me over.
Yeah.
Oh, who died now? Who died? Stop dying, you cowards!
Let's go.
Hello, Kubo. How are you?
Okay.
I'm sorry, is Daddy shouting too much? Am I spooking you?
They are trying to break
Reporting for duty. Commander?
our defenses
Here
are
we
being
go again.
attacked.
That's an impressive number of zombies. But,
They are attacking.
satisfying.
Ready and waiting.
Right, hopefully... Okay.
The walls are under attack.
It should be fine. It should be fine. Let's just brace them out a little bit to the noise to go everywhere. The soldiers, I've got so many upgrades for them. 65% armor. Like, they can tank like no one's business. This is the last mission in They Are Billions. Hence why we have the Statue of Liberty here. And every now and then we get the Star Spangled Banner playing.
Trying to break through.
So I'm hoping I don't fail it. I don't want to have to do it again.
Reporting for duty.
But oof, they are coming in
Defenses are being
Everything
attacked.
okay?
hard.
Let's go. Waiting on order.
Coming in very hard. Oof.
Being attacked.
Commander?
Units under attack.
Oh, that just dropped power for that whole region. That's why I made sure I placed him a little bit further back, so that he's getting the power from the command center instead.
Our soldiers are in trouble.
I'm a little bit concerned about making walls because a zombie banging on a wall causes more noise than a zombie hitting a person. So if I build the walls, there's a chance it's actually going to draw more of them in. So although it will defend in the short term, it may screw me over in the long term.
Gotcha.
Our forces are in danger.
Although saying that, I don't think it's going to make a difference at this point. Let's get some traps along here.
Orders, sir.
Definitely caused a lot of noise. I mean, these are pretty easy to replace, so I think, in all honesty, we're just gonna have to downsize a little bit, at least until we stabilize it a bit. We've got a lot more time for this mission than previous ones, so yeah, let's get rid of this and pull back.
What? You again? This better be good.
Units under attack.
Yes, tell me. But be quick.
At your service.
If we can pull them all back to the shocking tower, that should deal with most of them anyway. And this will be easy to rebuild. It's literally just, you know, just...
Oh, here we go again.
just tent.
Yes.
Just huts.
Any orders?
What's up? Any infected around? Yeah.
Orders, sir.
Yes, tell me.
Our soldiers are in trouble.
Tell me. Waiting on orders. Come on.
Because now we've got the research. If we can build a shocking tower at each one of those 4 choke points, and then just have soldiers to deal with any bait. That's a mutant running towards me, isn't it? I've somehow generated enough noise to draw a mutant in. Right. I think we're going to have to sacrifice a ranger to try and draw him away. I think that's the only choice we have at this point.
What's up? Any
Our
infected
forces are
around?
in danger.
Roger that.
Because, yeah, there's a mutant running towards us.
Gotcha.
We need to try and pull him away from the colony.
Understood.
This is what I was afraid of, is...
Trying to break into the
Oh, and he's not even taking the bait! Well, he has 8,000 HP, and he
Here we go again. Gotcha.
colony is under attack.
he gets triggered easier than harpies do.
The infection is spreading across the colony.
What?
Which is the issue, is that he gets pulled in from a really long distance away.
Gotcha.
So I don't think that's enough to deal with him, is the problem.
You are gonna pay me for this, right? What?
Yeah, I need to pull him away to deal with him, but he's not taking the bait. And if that shocking tower goes down, it's game over.
Yes, tell me. But be quick.
Apparently he's hitting it through the fucking train. Are you taking the piss, game? Are you taking the actual piss? maybe some. Okay, a soldier can tank better, so he's gonna have to be the hero that we need. We've got him down to half health. Well, not quite half health, almost half health. We're not dead yet. Not dead yet. We're going to use our soldiers as tanks.
Our soldiers are in trouble.
Commander, come on. Ready and waiting.
Fucking chubby.
You again?
Tell me.
Our colony is under
I mean,
attack.
fortunately, he's kind of dancing a lot. We've got him
Understood.
spazzing out.
Any orders? Waiting on
Our
orders.
buildings are being attacked.
Commander,
And we've still got some more soldiers coming in.
ready and waiting. Just tell me what to do. Tell me.
They are trying to break into the building.
Tell me. Come on.
Our colony is under
No, fuck! That might be game
Commander,
with that down.
Our forces are in danger.
just tell me what to do. Just guide me to the end.
Our colony is succumbing to the
That's
infection.
game. That's we're not recovering from this. That fucking mutant just screwed us all over. Yeah, fuck's sake. I knew that was going to be the problem with this mission. Fuck's sake. Is there not a way to just resign? Yeah, this is dumb. God damn it. God damn it. I knew it! I fucking knew that was going to be the problem. I just didn't expect, like, literally from wave 1 you've got a mutant running in. What the fuck? That's tricky. So you need the shocking towers to be able to deal with the first wave. You need soldiers to be able to deal with the behemoth because the behemoth is going to get cooled from the noise generated from the first wave. So by day 12 you need about 10 soldiers and a shocking tower, but you also need the population to be able to get the stone workshop to build said shocking tower. I mean, we almost had him. He didn't have much health left, but once shocking tower went down, I knew I wouldn't be able to push back from the remaining horde. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. If it was, yeah, that mutant is what's going to make this difficult. I mean, they're not that strong. I had what, 20 rangers, 5 soldiers, and I almost killed it. If we had just, you know, a few layers of walls, we could have held it back. But I'm thinking what we do differently. We don't expand out to this bit. That's too far. We start getting too much aggro. We're going to have to build walls across the bridge and across. Can we not even build it that far? Fuck you. Fuck you. We're going to have to build a gate there, not expand any further than that. Da comrade.
But be quick. So
That's
sorry.
annoying. That is annoying.
Amazing. Gotcha.
The mutants are kind of bullshit. Kind of bullshit. I mean, look how far he was at the corner of the map, and he was attacking because of noise we were making next to our command center.
What? Yeah. What do you want now? Okay. Oh, here we go.
Okay, but the important thing is to learn from a mistake, and there's a few little bits we can change around to deal with that. I really wish you could a gatehouse there, though. That's frustrating.
What? Okay. Oh, more orders. This better be good. What? Are you sure? You are gonna pay me for this, right? You again. This better be good.
Attention. Building completed.
You are gonna pay me for this, right? Okay.
Units under
So
attack.
tired. Last night was amazing.
Attention. Building completed.
Okay, so we put that there, and we can push that bit to there. Okay.
Attention. Building completed.
Are you sure? Yes, tell me. But be quick. Yeah. You order?
Because yeah, this whole area is clear. There was like nothing here. I don't know how we managed to pull so much in.
What? Yes. You are gonna pay me for this, right? You again.
Attention. Building completed.
Great. You are gonna pay me for this, right?
Attention. Building.
I don't know if maybe rather than focusing on rangers, we just bump up to soldiers a bit quicker than usual. Just accept the fact that we're going to be generating more noise and just try to hold it, because the rangers just can't do enough damage to deal with the titans. Yeah, we'll build this further back than usual. We just have a single ranger patrolling that bit to try and keep him in.
Last night was amazing.
Hello, Kubo. Daddy's working. Daddy's working right now.
Our soldiers are in trouble.
Oh, here we go again. Aren't there
Right,
other
now I have a
units
purring
about
kitten in my lap.
I hope you're not wasting my time.
No, let's not eat the wires. That's not food, you silly, you tiny disappointment.
Right at the station.
You are gonna pay me for this, right?
Attention. Building completed.
What? What's up? Any infected around? Aren't there other units to bother?
Attention. Building completed.
What do you want?
They are trying to
My
break
bow
into the
is
building.
ready. Okay. Gotcha. Whatever you say, as long as you pay me. You again. Oh, more orders. What?
I called him a tiny disappointment. Because that's what you are, isn't it? You're a tiny disappointment.
You are gonna pay me for this, right?
You can't do tricks. And all you do is I've got a cut on my face at the moment. I didn't realise he clawed me in the mouth at night. Giving Daddy battle scars.
You are gonna pay me for this, right? What? You are gonna pay me for this, right? Are you sure?
Say I got it in the war. So what happened to actually Al Capone? He has a
Better be good.
cut across his face, which is why he got the expression Scarface. I'm pretty sure that's where the inspiration for the movie came from as well. And when he got the cut, he said he got it in the war, despite the fact he never actually served in the war.
Better be good.
He actually got the cut because he used to work as a bouncer when he was younger, and he had to throw a drunken girl out, and the brother of the drunken girl didn't take kindly to it and attacked him with a knife. So he got it from the brother of a drunken thought.
You are gonna pay me for this, right?
Instead of something as cool as the war. Well, say war. War being cool. War is not cool. War is good for nothing. But it does sound... Ow! It does sound cooler to say that you got a scar in a war than from than from a thought.
Roger that.
I was lagging during the cat tank. Sorry about that.
Attention. Building completed.
Is that all? So boring. So tired.
Oh yeah, day 13. It was day 12 last time. I remember my friend was saying that the day the swarms come in varies slightly.
Units under attack.
It's
You again? Are you sure?
I didn't actually believe him at the time, but I think he's right.
Any tasks? My bow and arrows are red one.
The train has arrived at the station.
You are gonna pay me for this, right? What? Any
The
tasks?
colony is under attack.
What?
Grown.
My arrows.
Our buildings are being attacked.
Oh, more orders. Oh, here we go again.
Cool Mad Lad episode. Yes, yeah, it's from the Mad Lad episode.
Okay. What do you want? What? You are gonna pay me.
You can tell where I get my references from.
Are you sure? You again. My bow and arrows are ready. This better be good. Gotcha. A new task. Okay.
Attention. Building.
Yeah, I found the documentary episode Count Dankler did quite interesting, because just
This better be good.
the amount of people that just... I mean... What was it? I didn't understand kind of like the idea of people calling him a Nazi
Soldiers are in trouble.
in like a non-ironic fashion, and then I saw those guys and just like, wow, okay. I mean, he's a dick, you can call him a dick, but yeah, interesting, very interesting.
What do you want?
Just people jumping to the worst possible conclusion about someone. It's interesting.
Yes, tell me. But be quick.
The train has arrived.
Okay, as long as we have just one ranger to the east and one to the west,
My bow and arrows are ready.
hopefully we can just focus on clearing out the south.
Attention. Building completed.
You are gonna pay me for this, right? What? You You are gonna pay me for this, right?
Our forces are in danger.
My bow and arrows are ready. What? Yeah. You are gonna pay me for this, right? You again. Are you touching with Stabar?
Technology research
Great.
finished.
Yeah, it's really silly how well, I think it's kind of interesting seeing how a certain reputation can grow based on misinformation. It's an interesting case study. I think if any sociologists out there wanted to look into it,
What? My bow and arrows are
of
ready.
I mean
You are gonna
it's
pay me for
it's
this,
something I
right?
think I'm kind of I try to be aware of because back in school I spent a lot of time learning about history and the propaganda that Joseph Goebbels did into getting people to believe that the Jews were the reason that Germany had failed, and so maybe because of that I'm a little bit more aware of it. The whole idea of not believing everything you read in the papers, or at this point not believing anything that's written in the papers.
Units under attack.
You again. Gotcha. My bow and arrows are ready. What? Roger that. You again. Are you sure? What? You are gonna pay
Train
me for
has
this,
arrived
right?
at the station.
You again.
But it is very true, just the amount of people that have condemned him based on what they've been told about him rather than what he's actually like. And I don't really go on social media anymore, I don't go on Facebook or anything like that. But even back then, just the things that people post, you would see it all the time.
Yes.
Just this kind of group mentality of they've read it on social media, therefore it's true.
What do you want now? Are you
And
sure? What's up?
I remember
Dig around?
me in my younger, naive self trying to correct people on Facebook about misconsumptions they'd have, and oh boy, that's not something you want to do. Oh boy, that's the quick way to make enemies, because people don't want to hear the truth. People don't want to have a discussion. People want to vent and rant. So yeah, that's why you will not find me on most social media anymore. I like well, I wouldn't say my anonymity, but I'd probably never do a face reveal. As gorgeous as I am, I like me just being a discombodied voice that you hear.
Our soldiers are in trouble.
What? My bow and arrows are ready. What's up? Any infected
If I did a face reveal, my female subscribership would rise by about 10,000%.
Units under attack.
You again. Are you sure?
Attention.
Okay.
Technology
Fuck's
research
sake.
finished.
Okay, so something is causing them to attack over time. It wasn't just the noise, because she's just gotten overrun.
The train has arrived at the station.
Okay, that should be a fine place for a farm, so we can put the market and the bank closer to the centre. It's not going to be as efficient as we'd like it to be, because we won't have more housing, but I think we have to make do with what space we have.
What? A new task. You are gonna pay me for this, right? So tired. Last night was amazing. Okay. You are gonna pay me for this, right? This
Our
better be
soldiers
good.
are in trouble.
What?
Attention. Building completed.
Okay, still got plenty of time. This is definitely going better. That the eastern side just, I don't know how that's drawing so much attention.
Attention. Building completed.
People who call Nazis stupid anyway. There is a cool theory about how these guys came out. What, as in like the people that call everyone Nazi?
Are you sure?
I'd be interested to hear it.
You are gonna pay me for this, right?
Because it's got to the point now that
I hope
Nazi doesn't mean anything anymore. Like, if you're going from like the strict definition of it, then someone who is a Nazi is someone of the National Socialist Party. Which obviously when someone calls someone a Nazi, they're not saying you're of the National Socialist Party, because I mean I don't think it exists anymore. The German Nazi Party. I would be very surprised if it did. So when someone calls someone a Nazi, they're not meaning it in the literal sense. They're not literally saying, "Oh, you are a member of the the German National Socialist Party." You know, they're saying that for, "Oh, you believe in Nazi ideals." I know American History X, you know, that kind of thing. The people who get the Nazi tattoos and they hate black people and they want them out of the country. That kind of idea. So when someone calls someone a Nazi, that's what they're trying to adhere to, that you are someone who is like that. But literally everyone is like that now. It's baffling how low the bar is. That when someone gets called a Nazi, even, I hate to use the term normies, but even normies are getting to the point that they just don't take it seriously anymore. Because what is your criteria for being a Nazi? Am I a Nazi just because I've said this? I think it does a real big disservice to it, because the thing is unfortunate is there are still real Nazis out there, neo-Nazis. They're not nearly as prevalent as people want to believe, but they do exist. And to call anyone you disagree with a Nazi when they are real out there and they are kind of awful people.
Our soldiers are in trouble.
order, you pay. Straight to the heart. You
But no, instead of calling, oh, the actual people Nazis, no, PewDiePie's a Nazi or something, it's like, for fuck's sake.
What's up? Any infected around? Are you sure?
Units under attack.
I mean, even the term SJW I tend not to like using, because again, define what SJW is. It's a very broad generalization of a term. I mean, obviously, when someone calls someone SJW, I understand what they're trying to say about them, but I tend not to use it myself, just because it's...
Soldiers are in trouble.
I don't know, I'm not explaining this very well.
Gotcha. You again. What do you want? Yes.
Wait, who isn't?
Great.
Wait, who isn't a Nazi?
My bow and arrows are ready. What? Yeah. You are gonna pay me for this, right?
PewDiePie, if he isn't a Nazi. I don't think so. Unless someone can point to something very specific, I think he just makes edgy jokes. Unless there's something that's come out.
Roger that. You. Great.
Unless, like, there was literally some evidence pointing that he's come out to do it. Oh, of course he is literally Hitler. I see.
Okay.
Oh, God's sake.
What? Gotcha. Whatever you say. As long as the bow and arrows are ready.
I don't think there's really many Nazis left these days. They're a very small niche group, mostly in America.
Are you sure? You again. They got me.
God.
Roger that.
The train has arrived at the
You are gonna
station.
pay me for this, right? And you test.
Units
What do
under
you
attack.
want? Great.
It feels as if the how easily the infected are being called on this map. It feels like it's a desert map, man. I wasn't.
Any infected around?
I don't. I tend not to keep up to date with the drama because I just don't have the mental capacity for it. But wasn't the whole reason that people thought he was a Nazi was because he promoted a video that someone else did, and in another video that that person did, he used like some jokes about World War II. So 2 degrees of separation. I like something that someone's did, who in another thing did a joke, which just so happened to be about it, therefore this person's a Nazi. Because isn't there the whole theory that everyone is related by at least 5 degrees of separation? Any 2 people in the world, within 5 people, are related to something or other, because of how, you know, interlinked we've become. So, but by that logic, fucking literally everyone is a Nazi. Based on how many degrees of separation you're going to go by.
I'm so tired. Last night was amazing.
I know, it's silly, it's silly. It's kind of weird that we even have to have these discussions and that here we are.
Great. You are gonna pay me for this, right? My bow and arrows are ready. You are gonna pay me for this, right? What? You again? Oh, more orders. What? Are you sure? Aren't there other units to bother? This better be good. Great. What? You are gonna pay me for this, right? What?
Attention. Building completed.
My bow and arrows are ready.
I think it's because he dressed up in Nazi uniform. I mean, I'm from England. Our prince dressed up in a Nazi uniform for I can't even remember what it was. Prince Harry. I can't remember the reasoning behind it, but he dressed up in a Nazi uniform for something or other. And you know, people aren't saying that he's a Nazi. People just thought it was a bit culturally insensitive.
Attention. Building completed.
But that's that's like the difference. You go back 5 or 6 years, and people are just like, okay, that was in really poor taste. Whereas now it's like, nope, you are actually a Nazi.
My bow and arrows are ready. You again?
Attention. Building
We had a little bit more brains
You are
back
gonna
then.
pay me for this, right? Great.
Just like, is he a Nazi? No, he's an idiot. There's a difference.
This better be good. Okay. What?
Our soldiers are
My
in
bow
trouble.
and arrows are ready.
Our forces are in danger.
Oh, here we go
Yes,
again.
but I think we're getting so many infected because it is actually pulling from that village of doom.
You again?
Okay, so any new rangers? Let's put over here.
Units under attack.
What? This better be good. Yes. What? Aren't there other units to
But
bother?
fortunately, we haven't really got anything from the east or west, so we don't need to invest too many troops along that line.
You again. Great. What? You are gonna pay me for this, right?
Okay, so 1, 2. Okay, so bank. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I see. He made an edgy joke, therefore he's an artist. I see, definitely.
Our horses are in
Paying for
danger.
this, right?
I think that's what people kind of don't realise. A lot of the time, it's a certain type of humour, isn't it? Shock humour. You know, it's definitely not for everyone. I know I used to watch a lot of Mock the Week, and there's a comedian on there called Frankie Boyle, who I thought he was fucking funny as fuck, because he went for like really extreme humour, like, you know, which offended people, because, you know, people get offended, that's fair enough. But then he did his own show called Tramadol Nights, I think it was called, and I didn't think he was funny on that at all. It was just poor, you know, stuff in poor taste. No, it sounds such a mum thing to say, but I find shock humour works best when you're not expecting it, hence the term shock humour. So when you're on a panel with a bunch of other people and they all, you know, generally made, okay, not family friendly jokes, but at least jokes that weren't so over the top, then when he comes in like a fucking bulldozer, it had a real punch to it. So when he then started doing jokes himself and it was just over the top, you could tell he wasn't genuinely doing it just to be a fucking dick all the time. That was his sense of humour, and it didn't really work when he had no one else to bounce off of.
Okay.
But people, like, the most important thing when it comes to language is context. If I call my friend a cunt, I'm using it as a term of endearment. If an Australian uses the term cunt, it's used as a term of endearment. If I call someone a stranger a cunt, and I'm saying it with venom in my voice, then okay, that's meant as an insult. And it seems like people want to be able to categorize things in such a binary way that they forget context is a thing that exists. And it's silly. I don't know if it's. I don't know. I don't want to say it's autistic, because, you know, people do suffer from autism, blah 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 blah. But it's like people want to have it in such a way that all the nuance of conversation is taken out, so you could analyze it like a robot, and that's not how things work. It's there was a clip recently of this guy saying that was such a stupid thing. You could only say something so stupid if you had gone to college. And I think what he was trying to say is, when you're... Oh my god, how do I even word this? When... I hate to use the term when you're trying to think of something in a certain lens, but that's kind of the case. When you're trying to view something in a certain context, but my words are failing me now. When you're trying to view something in a certain context, you have to take other ways out. So if you view something in a lens, I mean, I'm a scientist by trade. I like the scientific method, but there's a reason that a lot of scientists kind of give sociology shit, because the whole point of something being a science is that it's valid and repeatable. You need to be able to do an experiment that someone else can repeat and get the same results. But when it comes to sociological studies, you often can't repeat them. The whole point is that they are, you know, viewing something as a science. And that's not to say that sociology doesn't have any intrinsic value, but that's to say it doesn't view things along a scientific method. And it seems as if people want to try and view social interactions in a scientific method, but it's a little bit more complicated than that. You can't really do it in the same guise. And the only way you can then, you know, oh, someone was saying a joke and now he's an artsy, is by you viewing it in that one. Goddamn language, he thinks of something that's stupid. Language is great. One of my best friends is multilingual. He speaks 4 languages now. So I always find it interesting from that perspective. And yeah, language has nuances to it. It's something you have to take into account, and it's something that people nowadays really don't want to take into account.
Gotcha.
And, you know, as someone like me, I love movies, I love TV shows, I love good acting, I love pretentious films, because I'm a movie snob. Saying... Okay, how do I word this? Communication is like 90% body language. It's not just the words you say. And people take the words they say and ignore the 90% body language. Well, you're multilingual. You speak Russian and English. I only speak English because I'm a dirty Englishman who thinks that my language is superior, so everyone can learn my language instead. But it's silly. It's a silly state of affairs that we as a society, I hate saying society unironically, but we as a society have gotten ourselves into. The Joker has ruined the term society. I can't say it without it being a meme now. Okay, I need more food, so I might have to actually delete one of these tents, because the workers is not what we're... Yeah.
Our soldiers are in trouble.
Whatever you say, as long as you pay me.
Oh, fuck off! Fuck off! I'm using only rangers! I'm using only rangers!
You are gonna pay
And
me
I've
for
got his
this, right?
attention. How? How the fuck? I don't have any shocking towers. I don't have any soldiers. I am literally a... Oh my god. Okay, so the mutants have a kind of awareness of 10. So they are more aware than society ruins everything. Mutants ruin everything. Okay, can I
You are gonna pay me for this, right?
lure him away,
Oh,
do you think?
Forces
here we
are
go
in
again.
danger.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god. Apologies, I don't mean to be getting so fucking worked up, but this is some grade A bullshit right here. Fuck's sake.
What? You are gonna pay me for this, right? Okay.
Units under attack.
Gotcha. What? Great. That is
Fucking
good.
hell,
Yes.
man.
What? Are you sure?
Okay, do I have the resources to double this up? No, fuck you.
You are gonna
Our
pay me.
soldiers are
Okay,
in
do we have
trouble.
any soldiers? No, we don't.
What? Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Our forces are in danger.
Fucking ridiculous. Alright, come forts. Let's try and take this
They
thing
are
out.
attacking the colony defenses.
Have I mentioned how bullshit this thing is? It's the same fucking one as last time, but he's been pulled even sooner. And I don't think I've got the damage to deal with him.
The walls are under attack.
What? Straight to the heart. A new task. Okay.
Not with just rangers.
You order, you pay. What do you
They are
want?
trying to break through.
Sure.
And yeah, because of the way his attacks moves, I can't actually draw him away. Does his attacks hit 2 rows? Is it hitting the one behind?
What?
Because if I can just use one ranger to pull the rest of him out and then just try and slow him down with walls, maybe I've got a chance.
You are gonna
Our
pay me for
defenses
this,
are
right?
being attacked.
You. Oh,
fuckers. Oh my, look how much fucking noise is generated.
Great.
They are attacking the colony defenses.
We're on day 12. We're on day 12, motherfuckers. Okay. I don't know if that's going to make much of a difference. I don't even know if we'll get it up in time, but
The walls are
I've
under
got to try
attack.
something. No, that's literally about to go down straight away. And I haven't even dealt a quarter of its health.
You are gonna pay me for this, right? Great.
Can I try and...
Trying to break
What
through.
do you want?
Reporting for duty.
Yes.
Look at this, man.
What? Gotcha.
I think it's going to be a second fail. I can't understand how I'm pulling it in when I'm really not causing much noise. Like, I have nothing but
What do you want
rangers.
now? Taste my arrows.
Units under attack.
Oh, more orders. Yeah. What's up? Any infected around?
And she's gone.
Okay,
Our
let's
soldiers
do
are in
this.
trouble.
Which means there's now a massive horde outside that we don't have the means of dealing with. We need more wood to even get a shocking tower up. Can't even delete that because it's too close. Okay. If we build a shocking tower here to deal with this, we have to pray that the horde comes that way, otherwise... Yeah, second mutant running already. This is fucked again already. How are they being pulled from that distance? That's insane. I'm sorry, I'm really sorry, I hate to do this. I'm gonna have to start it again. That's going wrong. I need to find a way to expand to the point that I have a strong enough infrastructure to deal with the waves without pulling them. But they get pulled from such a distance. Like, I didn't even have the shocking tower firing that time and they're being pulled in. It seems even getting rangers up to that choke point causes too much noise. And building any kind of walls, the zombies hitting on the walls causes too much noise because that will draw them in. I mean, look at the distance. He is all the way over here. He's down here and he's being pulled.
What? Yeah. An
So I
attack.
cannot build
Great.
any
Are there
walls
other
and I
units
cannot even
about
get
it?
to the choke
Okay.
points before
What?
they come. I need to find a way of building enough damage to deal with that prior to getting to that point. I do apologise, we're 2 hours into the stream now, we've not gotten anywhere.
Oh, more orders. Yeah.
But, well, I suppose, you know, the final mission, it's meant to be difficult. And I have never actually done this one before. I should have practiced more before letting the world laugh at me. Well, before letting 5 viewers laugh at me.
What? Aren't there other units to bother?
Attention. Building completed.
Yes, tell me.
Alright, this is it. Third time's the charm. Third time's the charm.
An attack. You are gonna pay me for this, right?
The train has arrived at the station.
An attack. What? Aren't there other units to bother?
Attention. Building completed.
What do you want now? Order? You pay.
obviously society's fault. I'm hopefully going to go see that at some point next week. I really want to. It's not very often a movie comes out where I'm just like, oh, I really need to see that for cinema. No, I'm just like, oh, I'll just wait till I can pirate it. I mean, legitimately buy it. But Joker, I mean, it's been so polarizing. Like, some people saying it's like an absolute masterpiece, and you have certain people saying it's a waste of time. Usually the people saying that's a waste of time are the people I come from the kind of sources that I don't trust. So yeah, I don't take that too seriously. But I want to go in there to, you know, be able to formulate my own opinion. I mean, you know, no movies for everyone. That's fair enough. Not everyone is into the same kind of thing. But some people, it's almost like certain people have a bit of an agenda to hating it, and certain film critics have an agenda to hating it. And if you're a film critic, you shouldn't really be doing that.
This better be good.
Attention. Building completed.
I actually only recently watched Her with Joaquin. That's how you say his name, Joaquin Phoenix. Because I've been meaning to watch that for ages. And yeah, that was bloody good. That was really good. It was better than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, here we go again.
Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
I tend to find the whole interaction of humans with AI quite fascinating anyway, and that one definitely did a good job of it.
The train has arrived at the station.
Yeah, considering we're pulling Behemoths in, I think maybe, I mean, normally I will go for 20 to 30 ranges. I think maybe just have enough ranges to stabilize, and then we just need the firepower, in all honesty.
Gotcha.
That's fair
You are
enough.
gonna pay me for this, right?
Attention. Building completed.
Yeah, not every movie is for everyone.
Micro.
I definitely know that certain opinions of movies change over time. When I first watched Atonement, I hated it because I was young and dumb. And now I really like it, but it's bloody depressing. I think maybe because it was depressing was why I hated it when I first watched it. But Atonement's really good if you're into that sort of thing. If you're into being depressed, Atonement's a good movie. It's kind of, I mean, it's not quite the same caliber as say something like Schindler's List, but it's that same kind of thing of, you don't watch Schindler's List because you want a good time. You want it because you want to watch a good movie, and you also want to be depressed for like the next week. Great movie, but dear God, is it sad.
The train has arrived at the station.
I mean, Schindler's List is one of those which, you know, arguably has a sort of happy ending, but it doesn't feel like it.
What? What's up? Any infected around?
Okay, so we are literally just going to go for 5 ranges, just enough to stabilise along here, and then we're just going to go for a soldier task force, so if the Behemoths do come, which they're fucking well going to do, we can move them into position.
Attention. Building completed.
A new task. Oh, here we go again.
Attention. Building completed.
Schindler's List is really depressing.
Attention. Building completed.
You are gonna pay me for this, right?
Attention. Building completed.
Yeah. bow and arrows are ready. This better be good.
Roger that.
Oh, here we go again. Are you sure?
The
Okay.
train has arrived at the station.
Yeah.
Units under attack.
You are gonna pay me for this, right? My bow and arrows are ready. What do you want now?
Okay,
Okay.
let's. Shit. Shit.
What?
See, here's the problem. I think I've gotten a little bit
They are
frustrated.
trying to break into the building.
What?
Making some silly mistakes here.
They are inspecting our buildings.
Fuck's sake. God damn it.
The
That's going
colony
to
is
generate
under
more
attack.
noise than I can deal. Arrgh! Happy thoughts, calm thoughts. We're doing.
Are you sure?
The infection is spreading
You
across
are
the
gonna pay
colony.
me for this, right? You.
Shit, that's look how much noise that's just caused. Fuck's sake.
Yes.
Alright. I should have had a bit more of a drink of vodka before I retried the mission, because I'm making really dumb mistakes now.
What? Yeah. Oh, more orders.
Our forces are in danger.
Yes, tell me.
Our buildings are being attacked.
Fuck's sake, don't. Ugh!
Okay, let's do this.
They are attacking the
You are
colony
gonna pay. My bow
defenses.
and arrows are ready. Task.
They are trying to break into the buildings.
Roger that.
The walls are under attack.
Task. Are you sure?
The colony is under attack.
I hope you're not wasting my time. Yes.
They are trying
Yeah.
to break through. Units under attack.
I don't have to restart this a third time. That was such a silly mistake, but I very much.
Defenses are being attacked.
Sounds interesting. It could be
Okay,
worse.
let's see if we can stabilize this a little bit.
Our buildings are being attacked. They are attacking the colony
Gotta
defenses.
try and get him off that. If that workshop goes, I think we're fucked.
Yeah, you are gonna pay me for
They are
this,
trying
right?
to break into the building.
Roger that.
Apologies, gentlemen. Apologies. This is not the.
Our soldiers are in trouble.
I should start. Yeah, sorry. Start this again. God damn it. Right. Fourth time's the charm. Let's do it this time. Let's. No more silly mistakes. We know what we need to do. And we take a sip of vodka. Calm the old nerves. The goddess of destiny. Thing is, if we can get past the early game, I think we're going to be fine. It's just getting past this early game. We do not have much in the way of resources to help us. Yeah, we just don't really have anything to go by. We have no space to build in. We can't generate noise because then we get mutants coming at us.
What's up? Any infected around? I hope you're not wasting your time.
And that will just loop me up, but put the tents down too quickly. I'm just a little bit tilted, I think. A little bit tilted. So,
Better be good.
we recognise we're tilted. Take a deep breath.
You again.
We move onwards.
Oh, more
And we do better.
orders.
It's a little bit frustrating, I think, if you fail this many times. It makes the final mission a little bit anticlimactic when things go wrong.
As long as you pay me.
Especially with that last one, that was such a rookie mistake. Just letting a shambler get to a tent and causing a cascade,
What?
that's not the kind of mistakes you should be making at this point.
You are gonna pay me for this, right?
But it is what it is. We improve, we move on.
Oh, more orders. You order? You pay.
Attention. Building completed.
Great.
The
What?
train has arrived at the station.
Better be good.
I think in all honesty, just literally just wait until
A new task.
we're getting so much gold anyway. That's not something that's we need massively. So we could probably just wait a little bit, at least until the third day before we can put any tents down.
Okay, you are gonna pay me for this, right?
Maybe a big shit instead of a big breath.
What? What's up? Any infected around?
I mean, I'm playing like shit.
Oh, more orders.
Yeah, I mean, this mission now has got like almost as many fails as the rest of the campaign combined,
Attention. Building completed.
and it's all because of those mutants. They are very, very frustrating to deal with. They seem to pull so easily.
Our forces are in danger.
Yeah. You are gonna pay me for this, right? Yes.
Just move forward for now. It's not very crazy.
You are gonna pay me for this, right?
Attention. Building
Roger that. Aren't there other units to bother?
Attention. Building completed.
Yeah. A new task.
I need a shot. That's what I need.
What? Roger that.
Do you mean a shot of vodka or a shot to the head? Surprise me.
You again. This better be good. What? You again. What? Are you sure?
But shit's fine enough. Oh
You are
right.
gonna pay me for this, right? What?
I mean, if I did a shot to the head, I would probably shit myself in the process.
Okay. You
Attention.
are gonna pay me for
Building
this, right?
completed.
Are you sure? What? Great.
Yeah, we need to be super careful about pulling in those mutants. So, right, plan is get 10 rangers and then start getting soldiers straight afterwards. Just so if we do pull them in, which we bloody well will, we have a backup contingency plan. Because it seems as if even just a lot of rangers is making a lot of noise. I mean, we've been spreading them out, we've been pulling them back to not make too much. Those fucking things get pulled by just someone sneezing.
What? You are gonna pay me for this, right? A new task.
Well, people watch online streams to see some nerd get angry over video games. So you know, this is prime entertainment. You won't you won't find better unless you watch the angry video game nerd.
You are gonna pay me for this, right? Yes.
Attention. Building completed.
A new task. What do you want, You are gonna pay me for this, right? Gotcha. This better be good.
Attention. Building completed.
Great. What? Yeah. You are gonna pay me for this, right?
Attention. Building completed.
You again.
The train has arrived at the station.
This better be good. What?
I have to admit, one thing I found for any of you who are students or trying to go for a night out for whatever reason, whenever I used to go to house parties, and you would, you know, you would drink beer or whatever before you went, you know, went on a night out. You know, you'd buy lots of bottles of beer or cider or whatever you were drinking. And I always found the problem with that is that it just meant you needed to go for a piss all the time. And also, if you're trying to watch the weight, trying to watch the old waistline, a lot of empty calories in that. So one thing I found, well, if you're trying to watch the weight, is, you know, just to drink spirits straight up. But not everyone can hack raw vodka. I mean, I used to when I was younger, but your body kind of remembers things that have caused you to vomit. And every time you drink vodka after you vomited on vodka, your body assumes it's poison. But what you can do, if you buy triple strength squash, so, I don't know, like blackcurrant flavour or whatever flavour, mix that 50% vodka to 50% triple strength squash. It is so strong that it does mask the vodka quite heavily.
You again?
I'm not doing it, no.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's still not massively healthy. There's a lot of sugar in it. And well, you are drinking ethanol, but you're not getting as many empty calories as you would from like drinking full cider and stuff. So you can get drunk quicker because it's more concentrated, but it doesn't.
Are you sure? What?
You know, it's not so strong that you can't even stomach having a little bit of it. So, you know, if you don't have the space, like, 'cause, you know, you dress for a night out or whatever, and you don't want to be carrying lots of stuff with you, just have one bottle, 50% vodka, 50% squash. Not that much to carry, it gets you fucked up. I'm an advocacy for alcoholism on this on this channel. I don't really go out drinking much anymore. I don't have the time for it. I unfortunately learnt that trick too late into my drinking days.
Okay. Great.
I mean, if you're just, you know, if you're just a crazy Russian, you can just drink straight vodka, then yeah, just stick to spirits. But most of us mere mortals do not have the stomach for that. Go in a cave to party. It's gonna be a... Wait, what? You're gonna go to in a cave to party? Is it like a special night out, or do you just not like people, so you just found a cave by the beach? Or do you're gonna go party with bears?
You again? Yes. A new task. Gotcha.
Okay, where is that?
Attention. Building completed.
I found two people who don't like humans.
A new task.
So go into a cave, it's a 4 hours trip.
What do you want?
Oh, that's, you can do like a proper like cabin in the woods style like party. That sounds fun actually. I mean, you may all get murdered,
Building completed.
because that is a setup to every horror movie ever. But if you don't get murdered, it'll be fun.
Attention. Building completed.
What do you want?
Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building
Yes, tell me.
Okay, I'm so fucking terrified of advancing forward now because of those
You are
mutants.
gonna pay for this, right? Yes. You again.
completed. Attention. Building completed. Attention.
But let's just, yeah, let's, we're going to make soldiers, but we're not going to have them firing. We're just going to stick them in reserve for the time being.
Ready and waiting.
So when we inevitably pull that motherfucker, we can just rush the soldiers up to take it out. May have actually been a point to go for the upgrade that increased people's HP points in hindsight, rather than this veterancy stuff, because it's the early game we're struggling with more. Well, I don't know what the late game's going to be like, but it doesn't matter if we can't get to it. wear a safety hat, yeah. Well, I hope you enjoy it. It sounds like a interesting experience, for lack of a better term. And hopefully no serial killers murder you in the time. Because that would definitely put a damper on the mood. Finding out that Stacy's just been killed with a butcher's knife.
Our soldiers are in trouble.
Oh, more orders.
Reporting for duty.
Maybe I should make more range. I don't know. Actually, no. Let's not make more rangers because we don't want to be expanding or making too much noise. We're going to be really slow about this. I am done losing. I'm done losing this game. That's a good point, actually. Dogs never die in horror movies. So if you bring the dog and it's, you know, protects you, then there is no way you will die because the dog would have to die for you to die. So it's basically a loophole to get through any horror movie. If you have a dog that's loyal, you cannot die. Physically impossible. Still drawing a lot of attention. I don't know how I'm getting runners. Like, is it still causing too much noise?
What do you want? Roger that.
So yeah, I don't want to build that until I've actually cleared this bit out. There's quite a few roamers
Reporting
there.
for duty.
Oh, more orders. What? You again?
They are trying to break through.
This better be good. You order, you pay. What do you want now? What?
Reporting for duty.
Units under attack.
You. What?
Okay,
You are
let's
gonna pay
keep
me for
changing the
this, right?
tiles so we don't
This better
generate
be
too
good.
much noise.
Yeah, you are gonna pay me for this, right?
Maybe I shouldn't have gone. I probably shouldn't have gone for that actually in hindsight.
Reporting for duty.
I don't know what else we could have done early game to help. I don't feel like getting the extra like soldiers and snipers early game. That would have killed us, which is why I've avoided them like the plague. I wonder if there was something else we could have got that would have made it better. Because this has definitely been the biggest challenge we've faced this campaign so far.
You are gonna pay
So far, well, it's the end. Obviously, so far.
you again. I
Our
hope you're not
defenses
wasting
are being
my time.
attacked.
Yeah, we won't use them until it gets to the point.
The train has arrived at the station.
Reporting for duty.
What the hell are you doing?
All right. That will be easy.
What? What's up? Any infected around?
So in terms of mutants gonna come in 3 minutes. Don't even be jinxing it. I'm terrified enough of that fucker as it is. I don't need you putting more fear in me. Like look, there he is. Like there he is. He's over here. He's around this area. Fucking bastard. I've got soldiers to deal with him. Slowly inching forward to this section. I don't want to push any. That's as far as I want to go. Let's get some more soldiers before we push any further. Oh shit, we're out of food. God damn it. Yeah, see, we're already starting to pull too much. Just you know, one tile. Don't shoot, you fucking retards! Just one tile further, and that's what causes it. So yeah, I can't even make use of that area yet. Which is a shame, because I was going to save this for like a market, but I feel like we're going to need to put down some more farms to make use of it. So otherwise we're never actually going to expand further. Or maybe be risky. I think someone heard it. Don't, I'm paranoid enough as it is. Stop saying a mutant's coming for me. I remember when the mutants came out, a lot of people on the forums were complaining about them. It's just like, it completely fucks the balancing up. Remove them, please. I haven't really had the pleasure of running into too many of them, and I see what they mean now. They are bullshit. They are absolute bullshit. It's not even them, it's just you have to invest so much into killing them, which then causes noise. But if you do manage to kill them, you usually get overrun. Okay, so yeah, can't really push out any further than that. We'll just build up our troops until the next wave. And hopefully we'll have enough soldiers to be able to take it out.
Attention. Technology research finished. The train has arrived at the station.
Okay, let's get rid of that. More soldiers coming in. And what else will we need next? Let's go for stone walls. But the bullshit thing about these mutants is that they roam. They don't just stay in one place. Like, look, this little fucker's getting closer and closer. I remember Yahtzee was talking a bit in his, I think he was talking to some speedrunners, and he was saying, like, how much players don't like RNG in games, which I'm not. I think RNG. I remember there was someone talking about it, you had like how maybe put like input and output RNG. RNG is fine if you can have, if you know that the RNG is going. I don't even know what I'm talking about this. What the fuck? The script found the following error exception. Collection was modified. Enumeration operate may not exit.
Our forces are
Right. Interesting. It hasn't crashed, so I'm assuming it wasn't that much of an error.
What? You again? Okay.
But I am suddenly being attacked by a lot more zombies, so I don't know what that was all about. You know, because I think you can definitely do RNG right, but you need to make a game that accounts for it. I think always a good example to go through is the Darkest Dungeon. That whole game is built around RNG, but it allows allowances for said RNG. The whole point is things are meant to go wrong, and it's testing how you play around things going wrong. Whereas a game like this, you can't have allowances for things to go wrong, and yet the game will change from time to time, the way it plays and how the way certain enemies interact. And I don't know if that's the best design choice, because before the mutants came you would have the giants, which, you know, they're big threats, but they will only attack you if you attack them, so you have an element of dealing with that. But because the mutants, like, they get pulled from at a larger distance than fucking harpies do. Never eat shredded wheat. Okay. So probably going to be hitting there again. Do we have to? Let me get our wood. Come on. How much would we get if we deleted one of these?
What?
Okay. Serious time now.
Do you need me?
I was hoping we'd get at least one more train coming in before then. I'm hoping 15 soldiers is enough to take down the mutant. I'm hoping if it doesn't cause too much noise, it just doesn't come at all. That would be ideal.
Building for duty.
Oh yes, the train did come. Thank fuck for that. We can turn both of these back on. Okay, if the mutant does come, it's going to be coming from down here. So let's make some allowances for that.
What? Gotcha. You are gonna pay me for this, right? Yeah.
If we can kill it, then we're in good straits. We can just expand out in that direction and not have to worry about it.
Reporting for duty.
Like I said, if we can get through this first beginning bit, I think this mission's going to be fine. It's just this first beginning bit's been a little bit unfair on us.
They are attacking the colony
Commander?
defenses.
I'm back. Dog pooped under my door.
All are under attack.
Reporting for duty. Tell me. Understood.
The mutant is coming now, actually. I've just seen it moving.
Great idea, sir.
So we're going to get everyone onto high priority.
They are trying to break through.
Of course, my commander.
It has to attack this way now! For fuck's sake! It attacks from a different direction.
Ready and
Our
waiting.
defenses are being attacked.
I've put all these defences down here and it's not even going this way this time. this mutant is a troll. This mutant is an absolute troll.
Commander?
Okay, all soldiers.
Great idea,
If we've got like
sir.
19 of them firing.
They are attacking the colony defenses.
Ready and waiting. Tell me.
Can you attack it, please?
Ready and waiting.
The walls are under attack. Units under attack.
Will it go down before that wall does? That is the question. No. No, it won't.
They are trying to break through.
Okay. Does that thing hit more than...
Soldiers are in trouble.
Fuck you! Fuck you, mutant! Suck a dick! I'm Pickle Rick!
Our defenses are being
Okay, that's sorted. That section's sorted. Now, oh my god.
Understood.
Oh boy. Alright, okay, so the defences weren't totally useless because they have actually saved our bacon here. Okay, that's one mutant down, so we know that these are enough soldiers to deal with a mutant if we have at least a little bit of defence to slow it down.
Great idea, sir.
So let's spread them out to try and at least minimise the noise a tiny bit.
Understood. All right.
Oh, anyone, if you're interested in either Rick and Morty or Hideo Kojima, there was an advertisement done recently. Rick and Morty did an advertisement for Death Stranding, and it was both really cool and really fucking bizarre. But Hideo Kojima's marketing team need a raise because it was great.
units under attack.
Okay, this is... Right, okay, so the mutant's dealt with, but now, as I was saying, it's the aftermath of the mutant and all the bullshit that it brings that is now going to be the problem.
Succumbing to the infection.
Oh, more orders.
The colony is under attack.
Okay, let's put everyone to just shoot closest.
Infecting our buildings. Our defenses are being attacked.
I have to be honest, I was hoping the soldiers would be killing a bit quicker than that. It's hard to like Rick and Morty as a fan base. Yeah, no, I understand that entirely. I'm quite a big fan of Steven Universe, but dear God, the fan base are a bunch of assholes. The fan base is so bad.
The infection is spreading across the colony.
But I think it's you have to try and separate the fans from the... It's almost in the same way that you have to separate the artist from the art. I don't like Kanye West. Not gonna lie, some of his songs are kind of good though. Like, you have to have a certain level of separation, I think, otherwise there's just so much you won't be able to enjoy. Now it's probably going to be better we just scale this back. We've got quite a lot of soldiers, almost 20.
They are trying to break through.
So let's just see if we can hold this.
Let's go.
Which I'm not convinced we
The
can.
infection.
If we have to fall back, we have to fall back. That's fine. We've got quite a lot of soldiers to push back again, if need be. I just want to get past this initial wave.
Our defenses are being attacked. They are infecting our buildings.
Yeah, let's go full turtle. Get rid of all of this. Okay, I've got just enough power to keep supplying the shocking tower.
Attacking the colony
That was
defenses.
easy.
And we're just going to hunker down around that. Because, yeah, there's another mutant coming. Okay, Okay, so everyone onto high priority and protect that fucking shocker tower with your life.
Our soldiers are in trouble.
Reporting for duty. Understood.
Okay, so the mutant, I think the mutant's attacking the walls. Okay, and they're coming in up there as well. Yeah, they're literally coming from everywhere now. Yes, you are right, but I think the principle remains the same. In fact, I would argue that the fan base should have less to do with the final product than the artist.
I was cleaning my weapon. Understood.
They are trying to break through.
Understood. All right.
Our defenses are being attacked.
Reporting for duty.
Our forces
Thank
are
God
in
for that
danger.
armor. Oh.
They are attacking the colony.
Okay, so yeah, we it might look quite dire at the moment,
All right.
but I think this is a much better position than we've been in previously. We've got the shocking tower to deal with the mass waves.
They are trying to break through.
And we've got the soldiers to deal with everything we can. And we've got the soldiers to deal with like the stronger ones in between.
Commander?
So although this looks kind of grim, I think this is the best position we've been in so far.
They are attacking the colony defenses.
Saying that, let's
At your
move.
service.
They are
few of
trying
you
to
up.
break into the buildings.
Great idea, sir.
The walls are under
Reporting
attack.
for duty.
Jesus
The colony is
Christ.
under attack. They are trying to break through.
Tell me.
Our defenses are being attacked. Units under attack.
Is everything okay?
They are attacking the colony defenses. The walls are under attack.
I think it's always kind of a bad idea to do that. I think that's one of the reasons why Game of Thrones kind of went a bit awry. Because I was watching a lot of documentaries, not like documentaries, but like interviews with George Martin. And he was saying how when he was writing his books, sometimes he would go online and be like, someone thought of something that, you know, was how he was going to have it, or they thought something better. It's like, that's good. That's good. But then he's like, no, I can't change what I'm writing just because people on the internet have already predicted that's what's going to happen, because you're then destroying what you've laid the foundations for based on fan expectations. And then the people who wrote the show, DB and Weiss, were just like, oh, everyone online expected Jon Snow to
Come on.
yeah. I won't spoil it for those who haven't seen it, but
Our soldiers are in trouble.
Just tell
I think
me
I've made it kind of apparent on the on this channel before. Fuck the final season of Game of Thrones.
Let's go.
It's garbage. It's absolute garbage. And I think a big reason for that is because they were listening to their fan base a little bit too much.
They are attacking the colony.
In case of Ram, I really don't know. Oh, Rick and Morty. That took me way too long to figure out what you meant by Ram.
All right.
The walls are under attack.
I see. The thing is, I'm not actually the biggest fan of Rick and Morty. I know that's sacrilege to say. I've watched some episodes and I thought, it's alright. I don't see why it's it's so great, but it's fun. I see clips from it every now and then. They're funny, so I'm like, alright, this show's fine.
Any infected around?
It's not necessarily my cup of tea. I'm definitely more the BoJack Horseman. But it seems like the show's pretty good, and although I don't particularly like the show, I won't deny the certain cultural impact it's had. God, that makes me sound like some kind of sociology professor. But you get what I'm trying to say. Even people who don't watch Rick and Morty have probably seen the clip of that retard at McDonald's screaming, "I'm Pickle Rick." It's had a very strong influence, and I can kind of appreciate that. It may not be necessarily my cup of tea, but it's not a bad show because of the fans. BoJack Horseman's amazing. I love it so much. It reminds me a bit of Californication in that it kind of builds itself as a comedy, and then it gets really fucking like deep with like depression and stuff, and it's like, oh shit, this is not what I signed up for, but I'm totally on board anyway. So we have lost most of our base, but we're surviving, and we have soldiers to push back. So, we lose 3 of our rangers somehow.
Waiting on orders. Understood. Is everything okay?
Okay, that should be enough soldiers to hold that choke point. This is going to be interesting to try and expand out without the workers that we need. So we need a little bit more food to get more buildings down. I may have just built one there temporarily just to get the population up, and then I'll...
Just guide me. Let's go.
Our soldiers are in trouble.
Alright, this is okay. This is okay. This could definitely be going worse. Okay, then we'll use the rangers to try and secure this avenue.
Okay,
Our defenses are being attacked.
gotcha. Great. Yes.
Attention.
Okay.
Building completed.
Tell me.
Our forces are in danger.
Oh, piss off. Suck a dick. Start to overrun those guys as well, aren't they?
Ready and waiting.
Right at the station.
Come on. Tell me. Let's go. Alright.
Building completed. Attention.
At least most of them are veterans, so we've got that going for us. Small victories. Oh my god, harpies as well.
That will be easy.
Okay, it's the giant there. Okay, so southwest is where we want to expand to, I think, because there is no more behemoths there. Mutants. You call them behemoths. There aren't even behemoths in this game, is there? You got mutants and you got giants. Where am I getting behemoth from? I just made it up.
Any orders?
Sup, Glenny, Mr. Lurker? How have you been?
Here we come.
I think we're finally getting somewhere. we've had a couple of failures.
Let's go.
In my defense, this mission is bullshit. The mutants are bullshit.
On your orders.
The train has arrived at the station.
I blame everyone but myself for this. Okay, so we failed 3 times, but this is the furthest we've gotten, and a big reason why we were failing is because we had these mutants which were just running into us at like day 10, and we didn't have the means of dealing with them.
Perfect.
But we've managed to kill 2 of them so far, because instead of going for rangers, I've gone quite heavily on the soldiers, and we're finally making some progress. I think this might be why you get more time for this mission than other ones, because they know you need to expand slower because of them.
Attention. Building completed.
Do you need me?
I was not anticipating just how much impact they had early game.
Attention. Building completed. Attention.
Tell me.
Technology research finished.
Oh, why is the power down?
Our colony is succumbing to the infection.
How on earth did it manage to go into negative power? That's
Orders,
weird.
sir.
I'm trying, right? The third time the first time I wasn't expecting the mutant. The second time I was going really slow and I still got attacked by the mutant. The third time I was just tilted as fuck and made a rookie mistake.
Orders?
I definitely, if I could do this again, I would have practiced a bit more before doing the stream. I did practice this game a bit, but I didn't go through the whole game. Just because it's fucking long. And I'm lazy.
Just tell me what to do. That will be easy.
But I think we're in a good position now. We did have to backscale and destroy a lot of buildings, but we're back coming at them. It's your boy coming at you. I think we should all like sign a petition. So for anyone who ever starts any YouTube video with "It's your boy," they just need to be wiped from the gene pool. Let's get a little bit of vision on what's going on. Okay, so we don't have any workers and we don't have power for said workers. How am I going to remember to do this one? Just turn that off. That's how we're going to remember to do it.
Attention. Building completed. Our buildings are being attacked.
Okay, so we've got some vision now.
They are infecting our buildings.
Wait, what do you mean they're infecting our buildings?
They are trying
Piss
to break
off.
into the buildings. Attention. Building completed.
This is going to be one of those where once you get past the first section, it's actually going to be easy, isn't it? Because it looks like we've cleared so much out already.
Do you need me?
think that's specifically why they put the Villagers of Doom so close to you as well, to try and fuck you up in the early game. Force ourselves into a little bit of a food deficiency. That's fine.
Ready and waiting.
Attention. Building completed.
Any orders? For the humans!
The train has arrived at the station.
Where is it?
Is everything okay?
Don't need that there anymore.
Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
Tell me.
Attention. Building completed. The colony is under attack. The train has arrived at the station. Attention. Building completed. Attention. Building completed.
This better be good.
At your service. Come on.
Attention. Building completed.
Yeah, it's definitely all from the Village of Doom that we were getting all of
Let's
that
go.
aggro from. So yeah, this mission was very specifically designed, I think, to fuck us over. So I think now we're past the first part, we should be okay? Question mark. It's just a very, very painful start.
Any orders? Is everything okay?
Unfortunately, there's a lot of wood here, which is
Come on.
exactly what we need right now. And what do we need to make a market? Need a little bit
Our
more wood.
soldiers are in trouble.
Just tell me what to do.
Attention. Building completed. buildings are in danger.
Ready and waiting. Let's go.
Attention. Building
Come on.
completed. Our buildings are being attacked.
Okay, some chubbies coming in up there.
Commander,
Any attacks?
at your service.
They are trying to break into the buildings.
Great.
Oh, can it call chubby? No.
Let me put an arrow in his head.
Tell me. Is everything okay? Waiting on orders.
Okay, so we've got the next. Got the next wave coming fairly
Is
certain.
everything okay?
Fairly certain. Fairly soon.
All right. Do you need me? Understood.
Attention. Building
Which
completed.
means we're going to need another power one, aren't we? Fortunately, we've got so much gold that that's not going to be a problem.
Tell me. Orders, sir. Come on. All the way.
Attention. Building completed.
Let's go.
Attention. Building completed.
Waiting on orders.
They are attacking the colony defense.
Understood. Do you need me?
Attention. Building
Understood.
completed. Attention. Building completed.
Oh, fucking hell.
Perfect.
The train has arrived at the station.
All right.
Alright, we've got some power. That's what we needed from that. Okay, let's see if we can get enough food to get.
Units under
That
attack.
will be easy.
Okay, coming from the east. Oh, come on, build quickly. One of you make a mad dash, see if you can pick up that food as well.
Colony! All right. At your service. Commander? Tell me.
Attention. Building completed.
Let's go. Come on.
Yeah.
Do you need me? That will be easy.
Okay, all of that noise is almost certainly going to pull a mute into the top right, isn't it? So
Just guide me to the infected.
we're going to need all of you to go up there.
Attention. Building
Let's go.
completed. The walls are under attack.
Perfect.
They are trying to break through.
Orders, sir. Understood. Commander? Hold the colony!
Our defenses are being attacked.
Okay, with that up, we should be relatively secure in all areas. Just obviously a few soldiers here and there if we start to get some bigger threats coming in.
Really? Of course, my commander.
They are attacking colony defenses.
Trying to keep an eye on him. I'll be very surprised if he doesn't get pulled. Especially with all of that coming at us.
The walls are under attack.
And all the subsequent noise associated with it. Actually, let's make sure we're actually spending this. Rather than letting all that gold go to waste. What do we need for this? Stone and wood. So, oh, we're going to need a warehouse as well. We haven't got a single one yet. Yeah, look at that gold ticking out every time it... That was like 500 gold per shot. That's brilliant. That's great. Okay. That's precisely what we need. We haven't actually pulled the mutant, surprisingly enough.
They are trying to break through.
They seem to have selective hearing, it seems.
All the way.
Our defenses are being attacked. They are attacking the colony defenses.
Ready and waiting.
Great.
Orders, sir.
Okay, so hopefully now we can actually start
Colony is
making...
under attack.
If we pick up this stuff, we can actually start getting some expansion going. We're finally making progress!
Right at the station. Our buildings are being attacked.
Not buildings. I pulled them back too soon. Fuck's sake.
Colony!
Right, Rangers, get your booties up there. Fucking everyone get your booty up there.
Understood.
They are
Report
trying
for
to
duty.
break into the buildings.
All right.
The walls are under attack.
Shit.
Come
They
on.
are trying to break through. The colony is under attack.
Understood.
Okay, that is not not the way I wanted you to come in.
Waiting on orders.
Our buildings are being attacked.
Perfect.
Attention. Building completed.
Reporting for duty.
Our defenses are being attacked.
On your orders.
They are attacking the colony defenses.
I was cleaning my weapon. Reporting for duty.
They are trying to
Should we
break
try and see if
through.
we can take out that? Okay, keep the Rangers in reserve.
Ready?
They die a bit too quickly anyway.
Alright.
I do run the risk of pulling the Behemoth, but I think this is probably strong enough to deal Behemoth. Fuck's sake. I do run the risk of pulling the mutant from up there, but I think this is now strong enough to be able to deal with them.
Let's go.
Hopefully this is strong enough to deal with them. Because if we can clear that out, that would be a lot of good resources as well.
The train has arrived at the station.
Come on. Order, sir.
Okay, hopefully killing all of these will give us the gold we need for that then. And then we won't have to worry about workers. Usually when you build the inn, you don't have to worry about workers for the foreseeable future. Because it gives so many.
Attention. Technology research finished. Our forces are in danger.
Yeah, no, these soldiers, they have a lot of armor on them. So they actually tank it pretty well.
Units under attack.
We'll just kill it and then pull back. Yeah, fuck you. Fuck you, mutant. Ruined so many of my playthroughs. Ain't nothing. You ain't shit. You ain't shit against a proper foe. Do you know that would probably be better served as a windmill, wouldn't it?
They are attacking the colony defenses.
Hold the colony!
So tired. Last night was amazing.
The walls are under attack.
Is everything okay?
You know what?
Perfect.
Let's just repair this and then we'll leave this side. We really want to start expanding our actual base because we don't have much space. So we want to be expanding, I think, more to towards the west. Since we've already started that way. So we'll just keep them there until this has been repaired. What do we need? Workers. That's just what we'll get from that. And then we're gonna push, I think, try and push all the way to the east side, west side, and then rotate anti-clockwise round. I'm usually the biggest fan of these, but maybe one at each should give enough to keep it secure. How do we make some snipers and put them in there? They'll give a bit of experience from it as well.
They are trying to break through. Attention. Building completed.
Excellent. And now what do you need for that? Stone. Just stone. Oh shit, I don't have enough colonists. Oh wow, my colony is tiny, fuck. I have not been paying attention to that.
Just tell me what to
Our
do.
defenses are being attacked.
Any orders?
Attention. Building completed.
That will be easy. Come on.
The train has arrived at the station.
Great idea, sir.
Attention. Building
Oh, gold,
That
nice.
will be easy.
Let's grab these
Attention.
bits.
On
Building
your orders.
completed. They are attacking the colony defenses.
Okay, so
Orders,
our
sir.
food is now what's
Come on.
limiting, so we need to expand out to get some farms going.
For the colony! Any orders? Need me? At your service.
Building completed.
Tell me. All right. Orders, sir. Is everything okay? Perfect.
The train has arrived at the station. Attention. Building completed.
At your service. On your orders. Any orders? That will be easy. Tell me.
Attention. Building
Orders, sir. Tell me. Commander? At your service. All right. Ready and waiting.
Attention. Building completed.
Yeah, it's gonna be some much needed food. Oh my god.
Just guide me.
Are they able to hold that?
Forces are
I don't
in
think so.
danger. Units under attack.
Oh my god.
Attention. Building complete.
Come on, armor kick in, armor kick in. Armor, do your thing. Holy shit.
In trouble.
Just tell me what to do.
Oh, I don't want to lose these farms.
At your service. Do you need me? All right.
The train has arrived at the station.
to go. Did you just call me Don? I think we're doing okay. We've actually managed to get our starting area kind of defended up, and in the process of pushing out. So fingers crossed, we're doing fine thus far. We've killed 3 of the mutants now. Is it 3? I think it was 3. Pretty sure we've killed 3. Yeah, we've killed 3 of the mutants now. So they're no longer a threat, as long as we're prepared for them. We're starting to make quite a bit of money actually as well. Okay, if I destroy that, how does the power go?
Reporting for duty. Sorry, sir. I was cleaning my weapon. Let's go.
Attention.
Understood.
Building completed.
That will be easy. Let's go.
Oh right, you meant to call me son. Right, we're actually off to a decent point now.
Commander?
Great idea.
Reporting for duty.
The early game is definitely where all the stress is coming in, so hopefully we're in a good position.
They are trying to break
I say that, I say that, I say that. Oh my god.
Understood.
The concentration of harpies around the outside is quite impressive.
That will
Units
be
under
easy.
attack.
On your
Oh my god, oh my god. Don't stop firing.
Right to the station.
Oh, that's see, look how far away it got pulled from. He was over here, and that all that shooting has pulled the fucking mutant. Holy shit!
Our forces are in danger.
Alright, unfortunately, this soldier I think is probably going to have to sacrifice himself for the greater good.
orders, sir.
Units under attack.
Waiting on orders. Let's go.
But yeah, no, they actually melt quite quickly once you focus on them.
Our
Let's go.
soldiers are in trouble.
Holy shit. What the hell?
Are in danger.
What the hell is causing that? Okay. Delete the farms, fall back again.
Any orders?
Holy Jesus.
Attention.
Perfect.
Building completed. They
Come
are
on.
trying to break into the building.
I will kill
Aggro
our
is
enemy.
very high on this map.
Units under attack.
Let's go. Come on. Let's go.
Our defenses are being attacked.
Ready and waiting.
Attention. Building completed.
Holy Jesus, what is that? What the fuck is that?
Defenses.
All the way. Orders, sir.
The colony is under attack.
Ready and waiting.
Okay, let's just have a few soldiers spread out to
Infection
defend
is spreading across the colony.
this bit, because we need that space for the some farms.
Train is right to the station.
That's the only limiting resource we have at the moment. We've got everything else filled out.
Waiting on orders. Is everything okay? Tell me.
Our soldiers are in trouble.
Tell me.
The walls are under attack.
At your service. Commander?
Attention. Building completed.
Ready and waiting. Great idea, sir. Do you need me? Come on.
Our forces are in danger. They are trying to break through.
For the humans!
Yeah, Jesus Christ, the density of zombies towards the edge of the map is really, really, really high.
Come
Our
on.
defenses are being
Understood.
attacked.
I mean, I should have expected, I guess, but it's even more than I was anticipating.
Commander? Come on. Reporting for duty. At your service. On your orders.
Attention. Building completed.
Tell me. Come on. Let's get
A
them!
squad infected is heading
Coming in
into
from the
colony.
north. Okay, so probably hit one of those two sides, that's fine. Can still keep expanding out this way. It's just put a couple back to there
Is everything
to
okay?
protect those farms
Reporting for
while we
duty.
expand.
Great ideas.
Hopefully we're getting towards the edge of the map and we can actually start putting some work in.
Bring 'em on! All right. Attack!
Units under attack.
Oh, that that went from 0 to 100 real fucking fast.
Soldiers are in trouble.
Let's go.
They are attacking the colony defenses.
Damn it. No.
Our forces are in danger.
Easy. Oh. Let's go.
Real fast. Oh my god. Now fly like a proud eagle, Bend. Oh.
Units under attack.
Colony!
You say that, I feel like I need a little bit right now.
Of course. My colony.
Oh my fucking
Our
Jesus.
colonies are being attacked. Our soldiers are in trouble.
Okay.
Orders,
Our
sir.
forces are in danger.
Understood.
What the fuck? Oh Jesus.
Units under attack. Our colonies are coming to the infection.
Okay, we're gonna have to pull back again. Everyone fall back to
Are in trouble.
that point.
They are infecting our building.
Understood.
Our forces are in danger. They are trying to break into the building.
Oh Jesus, fuck.
The walls are under attack.
Okay, move.
Units under attack.
Shit in hell. Oh, this map is not taking prisoners.
They are trying to break through.
Understood.
I just want some food. Why is that so much to ask for?
Commander? On your orders.
Defenses are being
Orders
attacked.
ready. Let's go.
Fucking hell.
They are attacking the colony defenses.
Okay, we're fine. It's stabilised. We're all okay. I only lost like a third of my soldiers. Nothing we can't bounce back from.
They are trying to break through. Our defenses are being attacked.
All the way.
They are attacking the colony defenses.
Yeah, we got a sniper veteran in there to deal with any chubbies in that wave.
The colony is under attack. They are trying to break through.
I hear venoms.
Our defenses are being attacked.
There are venoms in that horde.
Orders, sir.
They are attacking the
For
colony
the
defenses.
humans!
The infection is spreading across the colony.
No! No! They. Oh my God, no! I. Shit! I didn't think there was that many. Oh fuck, that's bad. That's really bad. Oh my God, that's really, really bad. Okay. Oh wow. I don't know if we're going to be able to hold that.
It's a nice day to die.
Commander? Understood.
Shit. I think if we lose this, I may have to just do another stream to try and finish this because this is quite untenable. Holy damn. Oh my, I was not expecting that. Where did they come from?
Any orders?
Our forces are in danger.
For the colony! Great idea.
Please go there in time.
All the way.
Is that going to get built in
Our
time?
forces are under attack.
Let's
That's the
go.
question. And I think the answer may be no. Shh! Fuck you, Venoms! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Oh, fucking hell! believe how unforgiving this is being.
Trying to break through. Come on. Understood.
Our defenses are being attacked.
There's no way that's going to get done in time, is there? I can't believe that. I actually had shocking towers. I had towers to take them out, but then a whole bunch of Venoms attacked at the same time. I can't believe this. This is going to be a 4 fail. I fucking hell. How many Venoms attacked there? There's tons of them. Where the hell did they come from? This is... oh man. That's... I don't think that's going to get done in time. I mean, no, there's no way that's going to get done in time.
Our soldiers are in trouble.
Wow, okay. I think I'm going to have to call the stream there. I was hoping that this would be the final one, but that mission is proving a lot more difficult than I'd anticipated. It's there's so much you have to account for. Like I'd hope once we got past the mutants, we'd be fine, but then all of a sudden there's just, well, tons of harpies, which I should expect, but then Venoms attacking in, that was what, like that was the 3rd wave. You have a shit ton of Venoms in the 3rd wave. Oh damn. Well, I do apologise. I guess we're gonna have one more stream with They Are Billions. And 4 losses. Yeah, I mean, I now have as many losses on the final mission as the rest of the campaign combined. Yeah, I mean, look, where did we lose once? We lost Mine's the Raven, Narrow Pass we had a loss. We had one on the fucking Steel Fortress, which was the barrel. One on El Dorado. Yeah. Jesus Christ. That's I ain't got words. I'm just that mission is very difficult, and I haven't practiced it, and I'm not as well prepared for it as I assumed I would be. So yeah, I do apologise. It's been a bit of an anticlimactic stream, a bit of a disappointing stream, bitter pill to swallow and all that. But I think I'll call it there and come back. I know if I play again, one, I've been going for like almost 4 hours, so I won't play as well. I'm a bit tilted. I'll have to come back and finish it. That barrel, the infamous barrel. But yeah, well, thank you for joining me. Sorry it hasn't gone quite as well as anticipated. That is a really fucking hard mission. I guess maybe I need to be a bit slower with my expansion. We do have more days, and I guess the reason we have more days is because the difficulty of the waves ramps up. So I just have to adjust how I deal with this, and come back to it next time refreshed and ready to take on the challenge. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Is what it is. And I'll see you all again next time. Thank you for joining me, Becca, and thank you, Glenn. Bye bye.